What is up, Green Dragon? We are live. Well, I'm live. Anyway, Merry Christmas. I hope everybody's getting ready for the Christmas holiday and then the New Year holiday. No, I'm not sure when, what is it? Hanukkah is, or any of the other ones. I'm a Christian, raised a Catholic, so I know when Christmas is, and that's it. Anyway, so I know narcissistic, jingoistic, whatever, yada yada. Anyway, congrats to all the winners. You guys need to PM me or whatever your info. I'm going to get them things out there probably in January. You know, as my troll knows, I'm broke as a joke. So, but I will be getting them out in January. Everything's already prepackaged, as you guys saw in the video. Tonight, I'm going to give away the Glock pistol bag, and there's like one or two patches that'll go with that. I think it's like a spam cam patch. A 545 spam cam patch will be going with that. And possibly one of the Glock books if you want one. They're a trade publication. If you want them, I'll put them in there. But I'm not giving those things away because they're going to be too heavy and costly to mail. Everything else pretty light, fit in an envelope, so it's all good. Anyway, so the winners that you saw in the lead-in video to this, right? If I don't already have your address, please PM me your addresses. And like I said, I'll be getting those out in January. Holiday season, yada, yada, yada. Anyway, so being it's all the lonely me, I don't know where everybody is tonight. Maybe they didn't get my invites. Maybe they're just pissed off at me. Maybe they're just bored. Or doing Christmas shopping, which is a distinct possibility. But I wanted to talk to all y'all about a couple of things I ran across today and things that have been just going on in our country in general, right? With the police brutality stuff, you know, and then we had the torture report come out yesterday or the day before. And it's been funny hearing all these people apologize for torturing. And really that's what you're doing when you're saying it's okay. Look what they did to the Twin Towers is you're apologizing for torture. And I'm sorry, but if you call yourself a moral person, torture is just immoral, whether it works or not, right? And I said this way back in 2003, 2002, 2004, right, when they were talking about it and all that. I'm not changing my position at all. Torture's wrong. Okay? If you want revenge, get revenge. Call it revenge. You want to torture for revenge, call it torturing for revenge. But understand it's morally wrong and it's illegal. It's illegal here in the United States for them to do it, even though they do it constantly. Not only does the bigger overall government, obviously, hence the torture report, right? But we also see it in police departments all across the country because they see nobody getting in trouble for it anywhere. So if you can get away with torture here in the United States. So, well, damn it. I'll be right back. I got to go catch my teapot. It's about to whistle. Anyway, as I was saying. So then today I run across a story, which I'm sure a lot of you have seen already, about what happened in Berkeley last night, right, where it turns out a couple of cops, CHP, right, California Highway Patrol officers, were dressed up in civilian clothing and wearing masks and walking through the crowd of protesters trying to, from what some people say, provoke looting and instigate a riot. And once the people called them out, right, and said, look, these guys are cops, and snatched the assault that supposedly happened on a cop, if you read into it, was somebody saying, look, he's a cop, and snatched the beanie off his head. And his partner, of the one who got their beanie snatched, tackled this guy and called it assaulting a police officer, right? They never announced they were cops. people just knew they were cops, right? So then the other one drew his weapon, and as you can see in the photographs, if you go looking on the Green Dragon, both on Facebook and on G+, you'll see it. Both stories posted in both places. And you follow the pictures, you can see that these cops were not fucking around. They were scared for their lives, even though they're in there trying to instigate the fucking, or seems to be, instigate the action. You know, once they got found out that they were in there doing that, then all of a sudden these police are fearing for their lives, and that's when out comes their guns and they start calling for backup. So, being nobody's joining me, and I'm just going to end up talking to y'all, let's check the 7 recent posts. Let's see here. What's up, Breeze? I got to send you a link. The irony of the tea kettle, right? What is up, Joel? What's up, QC? What's up, Breeze? What's up, Tommy Boy? First? Nope, I think Joel was first. J-Watt was first. What's up, J-Watt? And I'll tell you, I don't know what's up because I'm trying to send out links through the G+, through the Google Hangouts, and it's not giving me my circles. You know, it's giving me the ability to do the people who are following the team members, all the rest, but it's not allowing me to invite individual members the way I normally do. So I'm having a little bit of a hard time. So, and that's why I was trying to get G Mangoes in here, because G, he knows how to run that thing, and he invites in a different way, and he can get everybody in here. But for some reason, I don't know, maybe he's over at Kevin's. Over at the Takadada's chat. But we'll see what happens. A couple people. Uh-oh. There's a bunch of stuff out there now. Oh, there's Stan. Yeah, Google has been acting up the past few days. Yeah, I saw it on a few other chats too, where they were having hard times. So, yeah, Stan, it is. It seems like shit's just going screwy again, no doubt. But you know what? Hell. Well, let's see. Let's get a Canuck in here. See if it will work for him. I gotta try and get Breeze in too. Let me go over to the Facey Bookie. There he is. See if I can get for Breezy in. Breezy, I'm gonna talk about his battle belt a little bit after we get till we get a good crew in. Be able to talk about all the crap I really want to talk about. But I am interested in his battle belt. So we'll see if he can make it in through the YouTube. The Facebook, I mean. Anybody catch that new Bill Barr special? What's up, Stan the Man? So Canada was able to make it in. Thanks for joining us, Canada.
No, not a problem, not a problem. Always glad to have you back.
Thursdays are my nights. You know?
Yeah.
Sorry about not sending some patches up your way, but I don't know how the international thing works, and I'm already on enough lists.
Yep, don't worry.
They'll scan it for drugs and explosive materials, right? And I was thinking I could be a dick and rub it in weed and then rub it in tannerite, you know? But I think
I'll have the fucking... I'd have the SWAT team delivering the package.
Yeah, I think we'd all end up in trouble, you know?
Yeah. Oh, thanks for that link, Altenda. I learned how to fix my G.I. Joes now, so that's cool.
Yeah, you learn how to do it now. It's easy. It takes an O-ring and 2 eye hooks. No, actually the G.I. Joe is even easier. It's only an O-ring. Oh, people making money with that stuff, you know. They buy a couple action figure broken, they put them on eBay, they fix them, you know.
Yeah.
Big business. What I was doing, everyone? Everyone doing okay?
It's doing all right. How you doing, Breeze?
A little tired, abused and used as usual, you know.
Right, right. Been working you like an Italian donkey.
Yes, you got that right. Delivery, cutting trees, and everything else. Yeah, what you gotta do.
Now wait a minute. Home Depot has you cutting trees?
Yeah, we do. Fresh cut, fresh cuts.
Oh, okay. You're selling Christmas trees. Right, right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah, so we cut a little inch on the bottom, and then some branches, and then and then what else? What else the other people want to do? You know,
Yeah.
keep me busy, keep me busy. So good, so good, so good. Maybe one in a month or two, I might have good news. Maybe.
Sweet, sweet.
Yeah,
Hey,
let's
Katie, I like that Skeletor.
like it. Pretty, thank you. Pretty cool, huh?
Is it on you? Is that your new tattoo, Breeze?
Yeah, it's healing now. It's covered with cream, so it doesn't look that good right now. But
So where'd you get it though? I mean, there's like next to no space left. Well, I don't know what's underneath clothes, so.
no, it's actually on the wrist on the right arm. So it's on the trigger finger, pretty close. So yeah, the evil arm. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, it was the only spot available, so there was a little section on the right arm. So yeah.
You had a little bit of room left.
Yeah, I think we have considering the lettering and everything. I think I was counting one day. I think I'm around 36 pieces. So
Sweet,
yeah,
sweet.
it's a lot of space.
And if you're in the Chicago area and you're looking for a tattoo, where can people go find it?
Yeah.
No, tell them where.
Maximum. Is it maximum or Maximus?
Maximum.
Maximum Tattoo
There you go.
in Deerfield,
Deerfield.
Illinois. Maximum Tattoo. As for Katie Vianello, actually. Sorry, Katie Vianello.
And if you mention the Green Dragon, she'll give you a pat on the head.
Yes. Correct.
No goddamn discounts.
No.
This ain't Walmart.
Yeah, other than that, everything okay, waiting for the shot. Getting excited,
That's why it's ready.
So, waiting for the shot. Maybe this year won't be too much business. Probably more looking and talking with people, maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
Get Tony around. Make Tony be your cameraman, or vice versa.
I applied for the media pass. It wasn't a big issue, honestly. It doesn't take a lot. I mean, as long one of the company that's actually at the SHOT Show send you an email, formal email, formal like with the name of the company and everything, and they invite you to the SHOT Show as a photograph, video and everything. You can actually get the pass right away 90% of the time. Now the problem is I had already a pass with my friend company, so for safety reason they said, a bunch of bullshit by the way, they will let you have two different passes. So.
Well, no, I can understand that because they don't want you, I mean, come on, in this day and age.
Yeah. Yeah, probably right. Yeah, don't give it to somebody else. Good point. But anyway.
I understand, especially that's, SHOT Show's not really for the general public. It's a company trade show, right? It's basically the defense industry's trade show.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just guns that you and I like, right? It's guns
for
military purposes, vehicles, fucking, anti-fucking mines, claymores, you name it, they got it.
Mm-hmm.
Everything from paintball to fucking tomahawk,
Yeah, police department stuff, canine stuff, canine stuff.
Yeah.
But next time maybe I'll do it. I mean, most of the company they're cool. So if you ask them politely, you know what I mean, they let you take pictures and do videos. Most of the time they're actually. But let's see this year. Maybe I want to try to do a couple of extra video. Maybe even the Rifle Dynamics, if they got the open house, would be cool. Do a little video over there too. But let's see. Can't promise anything. I get excited when I'm over there.
Well, you're gonna have to let them look at your gun. They built the fucking thing.
Oh yeah, that would be.
You gotta
cool.
go make sure it's doing fine, even though you already know it is, because you only have less than 1,000 rounds through it.
No even, no even, no even, no even. But well, anyway, other than that, same old shit, different day, you know. No,
Right.
nothing under the gun news. Might have a couple of products on the way after the show, but other than that, not really. Not in the mood to buy anything.
Sorry, I just seen Morday's comment.
Uh-huh.
He says 17. I guess he wants that Glock bag, that pistol bag.
Uh-huh.
And you know what? For all the hell I know, that could be the answer. So, sorry.
No, no sorry, my wife is making me some food. I'm gonna stop for a second.
Okay. I'm going to do a quick shout out. Rich 4150. Joel's out there. Mr. Tommy Boy. Stan's out there. Blah, blah, Tuesday. Can't chat, they say. More Days is out there. Like I said, More Days just made me laugh. Let's see. What's 15 plus 12? Plus 2. Anyway, Breeze. So, yeah, I don't even know how I'm going to do the giveaway. Who the hell knows? I'm just going to do it. You know what I mean? When I'm ready. So, let me ask. Now, you guys have almost the same amount of problems with police brutality up there in Canada.
Yep.
Right?
Oh yeah.
And does your media or your alternative media cover it as much? Because I very rarely get up into Canadian.
Our alternative media covers it more so. Like I have, like I've said many times, friends who are in the different movements like Occupy and Idle No More, and I mean they're out there taking videos and making different videos and putting up stuff on all the different movements, and they're getting harassed all the time. I actually put up some videos. That might be on my G Plus if you scroll
Yeah,
down through.
I saw him. That's why I'm asking and trying to bring some attention to it, because you guys are going through, and not just your Native Americans, but everybody are just going through the same thing up there that we are down here.
Yep. Oh yeah. And yeah, I mean it's much the same culture as down there. Just different legal way around it, I guess you'd say. Like I mean we're all
Right, you
based on the
guys have
same.
a funny accent. Some of you got the French one. Some of you like to say a boot, and
Yeah, it's regional, much like the States. But
I'm busting you, John. But yeah, and that's the thing. A lot of people don't realize it's worldwide issue, and it's funny. We call us playing on the internet, playing on the World Wide Web, but it's not as really worldwide as it used to be, right?
and they're
When,
passing more laws all the time. That's the problem. Like they added another law yesterday here where um, it's going to be imprisonment up to 10 years for blocking any natural, or not natural, but owned by public facility that could include roadways, railways. So basically, it's a way to take down protesters.
yeah. Well, I mean, look at what's going on here in America right now, where these protesters are. Whoever's showing them what to do, and I think it's just like maybe one group's being shown and the rest of them are picking it up off the alternative media. But shutting down highways is an effective way to do shit.
Oh yeah,
Right?
just ask
You
the
ain't gonna like
Teamsters.
that. You gotta bring people. You gotta break into their comfort zones.
Well,
You're able to get your points across.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, that's the way Hoffa did it with the Teamsters, right?
Yeah. Yeah. That's the only way anybody gets shit done. I mean, we can go back and again, people hate history, but you can go back in it and you can see that the only kind of protest that actually gets, not stomped down and massacred are either armed or they're so massive and they shut down public shit. They just shut it down.
yeah.
Well, that's the only way really to wake up the whole mass of the public is to, one of the main strategies of any military is to shut down a supply line to start it affects everybody. So.
Yeah.
Well, and go ahead. Sorry, Breeze.
No. Just yeah. That's like you say, yes. Yeah.
Well, we have a history in this country, right? I'm sure you do. I'm sure yours isn't much different up there, right? But if you go back to the protests of the '60s and the flower children and the anti-Vietnam crowd, and all the different supposed terrorist groups or whatever, they were all infiltrated by the FBI, right? And you can carry that all the way up through to today. It doesn't shock me that a crowd outed a couple of agent provocateurs, like I said at the very beginning, and I called the chat this, right?
Well, and that's the thing. Like even back in the G20, it was proven that they had agent provocateurs. Like they showed them on camera, but a lot of people still didn't pay attention to that.
Mm-hmm. Well, they always been there. I mean, think about. I'll make you an example. When my father, don't deny it, he was a communist party in Italy. There were 70s or different time. They were fighting for the worker right in the worker right at the factories. There were different time, understandable. But anyway, and they was keep telling me that among the striker or whatever, the people that were striking or whatever, they're protesting, they were always cop with pistols and everything. They're hiding among them and then trying to, and what I mean, initiate kind of like a violent strike. What I mean. They were hiding among them. What I mean, normally, or they were dressed with with long beard, and they look more like a regular person, not like a cop, and doing proposal, and it's always been like that. And
that's what these cops got busted doing, right? They were dressed up like they were dressed as civilians, right? Well, they were out of uniform. I'll put it that way because cops are civilians. They forget that. We shouldn't.
Yeah.
And they were dressed in street clothes, and they had masks on their face, and they were trying to start shit up.
Okay.
And that's how these people called them out as cops, and that's what led to the confrontation, right? Because when you're trying to out somebody, right, who's being phony, right? What do? They snatched the guy who supposedly assaulted the cop, snatched the beanie off his head, and was screaming, "This guy's a cop! This guy's a cop!"
Yeah.
Right, and that caused the partner to tackle him, and him to draw his weapon and point it at everybody.
That's kind of why I've never been with movements where you hide your face, because if you're for a movement, you shouldn't have any problem with showing your face and what you're for.
This day and age, it's dangerous to show your face, right? That's why Anonymous does cover their faces. Why people do. Why I would, right? Because these days there's cameras everywhere. Cameras from a fucking mile away that can read your goddamn retinal pattern. So yeah, if I glasses and shit that they can't match up to my driver's license, yeah.
Yep.
I understand it. And it gives the cops the ability to do what they got busted doing last night. But what they've done even before you could wear a mask in the street, right? And in some places you can't. You don't see that many people masking up in New York City because it's illegal.
Yeah, well, they always try to make look the good guys and
And nobody wants to believe that, my government, my state, my city, my cops wouldn't do this. And yet they admit they do it, right? They admit it 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road that they did something bad. Look at this fucking torture report, right? The government, Obama's government, has dragged its motherfucking feet up until this point where they couldn't drag it anymore on this torture report, right? Now, when they were going to Congress and saying torture is good and waterboarding is good and blah, 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 we all knew that shit was bullshit. We all knew that they were fucking torturing people and doing it in the American people's name, even though it was against American law and international law. And we need to pony up to that and own up to that. And all those fucking people who said this was legal and okay, including the fucking the head of the Attorney General of the United States that said it was okay, that dude under Bush, they all need to go to fucking prison. Okay, let's just be straight up about that shit. They all committed crimes in our name.
Right.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, technically that should put them, if they want to put this echelon system of elitism, I look at it as technically a leader should have more responsibility than the follower, because they're supposed to be um, the mature one who's trying to lead people towards something better. And that's where you need to start cutting the heads off these snake leaders. I mean, you can't.
Yeah, and well, we all know that the Chinese would have done that already, right? They'd have released a torture report. They'd have killed everybody involved with it and just rolled on with it, never changing a thing. Not even.
I was speaking metaphorically, like that. You have to get them obviously out of control, and you have to make them responsible for their crimes, because if not, that only promotes the rest of society to do what they did.
Well, and that's what's happened, right? So you think about the jump in brutality while crime has been going down, and the jump in the militarization of the police while, again, crime has been going down, right? Even through a giant recession, a period when crime normally spikes, right? Hence the gangsters of the fucking, the 1920s and shit, right? When, of the Depression, right? All those gangsters in the Depression, why did they become gangsters? Because the whole fucking country was broke as fuck. But you didn't see that kind of shit, that rise in crime, during this last recession. It's been pretty much a steady downhill swoop. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And why? Because we have this militarization of the police. And why has it gotten so bad and out of hand? And why does everybody think they have free reign to beat the fuck out of anybody they want? Because our government has set that example.
Yep.
You know? With the torturing of people to get, I don't know if it's bad information, false information. I know you're going to get false information out of people when you torture them. Okay, whether the information you get out of the first signs of pain is good or not, I don't know. But I know after that they're going to tell you anything they fucking want to hear to make the pain stop.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and just common sense should tell anybody that. But of course, common sense is now a superpower, so it is what it is, right?
Yep.
But that's why we have such rampant police brutality and all this crap, right? Why is the nation been coarsened over it? Because our leaders, we do follow as a whole people, as any giant mass, a country of people, do take example from their fucking leaders. And if we could okay torture, we can okay anything. And we have.
Yep.
It comes to light that we do okay just about anything, as long as it serves our interests. Now, a lot of us have been saying that for so long, we're kind of sick of it. And we can keep pointing out on a daily basis between civil forfeiture and high taxes and all this kind of shit on how you live in a police state and you're a slave in it. But nobody believes they are, because their chains are financial and invisible.
Well, it's like everybody's in the first state of, or the first stage of addiction, denial.
Well, I can't, maybe, maybe. I don't know if it's the first stage. I mean, we've been doing this round, I don't know. Some people have seen it coming for a long time. Some are just waking up to these facts. But enough people should be awake to these facts by now for something to really be getting done. And it seems like it is, but not, again, it's just going to be chaos, right? These fucking kind of protests with the shit going on in Berkeley, and it hasn't in Oakland, right? It hasn't stopped in New York. It hasn't stopped in Ferguson. It's winter. I'm sure they're smaller, but they haven't stopped. Right, and now there's protests in Miami. There's still protests in Chicago. Small, but they're still out there. Right, I don't think this is going to stop. And the cops can't seem to stop killing people.
Nope. They never stop. Do they never stop? The question too, right?
Well, now we are definitely more aware, and everybody's got a fucking cell phone. So, they can whip them out and film everything. If they're smart, they will.
Yeah, hopefully.
So yeah, will we see more? I'm sure we will. I'm sure we will.
Hopefully.
You know, there's always that tipping point, and I'm just wondering what that tipping point's going to be.
Man, it's real close. I mean, yeah, you'd think the 12-year-old kid would have been a tipping point. You know, maybe it's got to be like a 10-year-old girl with a pink fucking pony gun, you know, or a bubble blowing gun getting assassinated by a cop because they felt threatened. You know,
Well,
I don't know. You know what? If you look at last night's pictures from Berkeley, it almost looked like a scene out of V for Vendetta.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned the bubble blowing gun because I mean, one of those women that was arrested, I do believe, at the G20 in Toronto, was blowing bubbles at the officer.
Yeah.
So it's just simple as you're blowing bubbles on an officer and he feels threatened or.
Well, yeah. Well, hell, it could have definitely happened last night, right? That cop was right there on the edge. He could, if anybody would have stepped a little further forward, he'd have shot him.
Yeah.
You can see that man had drawn a line in the sand, and if anybody crossed that shit, they were getting shot.
Yeah. And that's what it's going to take is that little hair trigger of somebody's going to take the wrong step and somebody's, the scene at Tombstone, where it just takes that one dude that gets freaked out and squeezes that trigger a little too tight. And
yeah. Well, no, it just takes one person tossing a rock from outside the immediate circle. You know, hits the cop in the chest, hits the cop in the head. You know, whatever. And you can't tell me the panicky human isn't gonna start thinking they're getting fire or they're being attacked or whatever.
Yeah. I think the first one, and that's what I'm afraid of. The first one's going to be an all-out bloodbath.
I'm expecting it. I'm expecting it, and I continuously tell people to expect it. You know, it could have happened at Bundy. It could happen anytime anytime one of these things spark off, right? Be it a peaceful demonstration, as we've already seen, even as peaceful as it wants to be. If they start inserting cops in there, if they start inserting agent provocateurs in there to stir shit up, a large enough crowd, you're going to stir shit up, and then the mob mentality takes over. So, yeah, it could definitely happen at any time. That's for sure. But for those of you that don't believe our government could do that, I'd say just, again, look in the past. You know, they infiltrated Martin Luther King's organization. They infiltrated the Nation of Islam. They infiltrated the Black Panthers. They infiltrated the Weather Underground. Most of the modern terrorist plots that they stopped, they actually started as well, and most people don't realize that. They funded as well, and they usually stop them by giving them not explosives, simulated explosives, and then they would arrest them on the way to go do whatever simulated thing they did. And just to let you know, anybody who doesn't learn from the past, the explosives that blew up the World Trade Center the first time in '93, right, was provided by the FBI. And that's just history. You can go look it up for yourself.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
It is, isn't it?
I'm not surprised, but
Isn't it? It's amazing what comes out every time somebody says, "Oh, wait for the investigation," like this torture thing, right? When they were first talking about it, oh, we need to waterboard people to get the information to be able to go catch fucking Bin Laden, which they never fucking caught, right? Until what, 7, 8, 9, 10 years later?
yeah.
You know, and it's just insanity. And we, the American people, have accepted it and okayed it. We put our fucking rubber stamp on it. You know, that torture report that's coming out, nothing's ever going to get done about it. Why? Because the American people fucking almost 10 years ago rubber stamped that motherfucker.
Yeah.
We said okay. But here's the problem. That ends up putting us, we've lost. I was watching the Department of State's press secretary talk today, right? And getting grilled. It was fucking awesome to watch. I love watching government hacks squirm. It's one of my favorite pastimes when I can do it, when I can watch it.
I agree.
So watching her squirm under the questions of the fourth estate actually doing its fucking job for once, right? And it was mainly the foreign press. Well, actually, it was the foreign press. It wasn't even. I don't even think I saw fucking America. Maybe I think it was the Fox guy was pressing, but that's kind of partisan. But still, they were at least there doing it, partisan or not, you know. And this broad was squirming because, you know, and kept repeat. And here's the funny thing: you can always tell with officials when you know when they're fucking lying through their teeth and they don't believe shit they say when they keep repeating the same facts over and over and over and over and over. You know, over and over. They only have this one fact they have to stick to, and we got to hang on to that like it's, you know, it's a piece of board from the fucking Titanic. You know, it's a deck chair that floats from the Titanic.
Mm-hmm.
So, let me go see what the room has to say. Where'd Tony go? Tree looks good, Tony. Let's see here now. What's up, Mr. X-Men Rules? What's up? Let's see. Rhea, thumbs down. Kevin Attack Daddy. What's up, Kevin? Kevin Attack Daddy. How you doing, my friend? How'd your show go? Your show go. Let's see, my thing is not updating. Let me try updating it. Live, 25 watching now. Oh, well, look, our thumbs up passed our thumbs down. That's awesome. Thank you, peeps.
No, yeah, that was the other thing they passed here today. I heard on the news was that they don't need a warrant to search your cell phone now.
Oh, not in Canada. Not up by you. I heard that, and I was like, oh, man, really? Because, like, I'll go on to certain web. I do try and find out what people are saying over in their home countries.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I know. The FBI had infiltrated part of the OK City bombing crew, too. Yep. What's up, William Garnes? All right, let me do some quick shout-outs. Morday's out there. Joel's Quantum Heart School. What's up, Joel? William Garnes. What's up, Bill? Tommy Boy. Poor old Cheney. Yeah, fucking Darth Cheney. Yeah. What's up, Mr. Tommy Boy? He's out there. Rich is still out there. I think I'm pretty much caught up from everything that I'm not. I'm only getting on YouTube. So I am trying to pay attention to the other stuff. All right. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm all caught up with everybody. And if I haven't called you out, here's the thing, people. Okay, so if I'm going to do a giveaway, I wanted to get to the people who, you know, want it, first of all, and to the right ones. You know, I don't want shit to be slow, so I'm going to know how to do it fast other than on YouTube. Any suggestions? I'm not going to do it anytime soon. I'm not going to do it at least before 11. So, clock my time, by the way. And it is 9:45 my now. So that would be an hour and 15 minutes, at least, until I do the giveaway. So if you have a faster way of doing it, better suggestion.
Merry
Christmas, folks.
Merry Christmas.
Hold up. There you go. Holidays greetings here.
Oh, now I know where Tony went. He went across the street to get some Christmas libations.
Some
No,
Christmas
dude,
beer.
I went to like one of our two like alcohol warehouses. Dude, there was so much alcohol in there. It was insane. Like Scotch had their own aisle. It was cool. So I got this shit here.
When you go through it that quick, you got to keep it in the warehouse.
Well, yeah, it is Vegas, you know.
Yeah, but Vegas doesn't really have a lot of liquor stores like you would think. Like, yeah, we got a lot of liquor
they don't
stores.
need liquor stores. They need a liquor warehouse, and then they need the casinos. Because the only time you need liquor is to go home or go out to the desert or some shit, right?
I'm surprised they don't have it specially piped.
Well, any other time you're good to go just going to a casino. They'll pretty much get you hammered for free.
Yeah.
How do I look?
That's how they get your money.
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking at a thing for you. Oh.
There we go. Tony muted himself. He's got to go shag a little.
Yeah, so everything was really cheap in there too. Like it was like good prices, man. I was like, holy shit! Like I usually pay like I think I pay like $30 to $40 for a bottle of Johnny Walker Black, pretty much anywhere. But at the liquor warehouse, it's only $25.
Nice.
And that's why you go to the liquor warehouse.
Yeah, this was right here. This was only $25. This is like some top fucking awesome Highland.
Yeah. Any single malt scotch is a good one.
Yeah, this shit right here.
Single malt is tasty. I'm not I deal with blended whiskeys and blended scotches, but I like the single malts myself.
Yeah, this shit right here.
You get a much peatier flavor out of a single malt.
See, the crazy part is like, this is how dope this place is, Mule. They got dudes in there that like are like ologists. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, the mixologists, the guys who can tell you how to make a drink and
well,
what.
No. I'm talking about these motherfuckers know everything. Like you go and you say, hey, this is what kind of beer I'm looking for, or whatever. Like I was telling him what whiskeys I like, and then he pointed me to this joint right here. But like there's only two of these warehouses like this one or whatever, and everybody who works there has to like know extensively like fucking
High water.
They have to know everything about wine. They have to know everything about beers. Like from where this fool was showing me the different parts where Scotch comes from and Scotland and shit, the Highlands and the different little spots. Yeah, these motherfuckers know their shit, man. They're always bragging on the radio that they know their shit, and yeah, for sure, they know their shit.
That'd be a job to get, right?
Well, yeah, you got to know your shit though. I don't know alcohol like that. Like I was kind of describing to them,
like they did, dude. And it just, hopefully your liver makes it through your first year of college, right? I'm an ologist college, Look.
I still got some J&B left. That's not even nothing compared to this, though.
Oh, you'll like that. It's got a nice.
I'm drinking this right here. A J&B.
Dude, don't. It's not shooters.
Oh no, I know. Yeah. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm. This one.
That's sipping whiskey. That's a nice sipping whiskey. Yeah, if you're gonna do shooters, do the J&B or some shit,
Yeah. This dude, fuck. I was in Cali. I polished off a bottle of Jameson. When the holidays roll around, dude, I'm a fucking wino. I don't give a fuck because it's a holiday.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And there's always a holiday within a month, so you can always.
Yep. from the end of from Halloween Day all the way up until New Year's, the day after New Year's, I'll be fucking drinking, and then I'll just go back to not drinking really at all, just drinking beers on the weekend and shit here and there. But I get down during the holidays, man. This is my favorite time of the year. It's cold outside, need something to keep you warm,
Yeah, cold outside. Tell me about it. Where do you live?
Yeah.
It was 65 here today, I think.
Oh, you poor thing.
Well, it was actually pretty nice today, and then
Yeah.
just as it got darker, it got cold.
There should be 46 during the weekend, they said.
Oh,
Yeah, I know.
it was 63 today for the high, and then
What's
like
it looking like for Monday? Do you know, Brees?
Sorry?
What's it looking like for Monday and Tuesday?
No idea. I gotta look. You got shooting?
we're gonna get rain
No,
tomorrow.
dude, it doesn't matter to me, man. I'm going out anytime I feel like now.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. I was asking. I don't know. I gotta look the weather. I have no idea.
I don't know, because the window's so it's that fucked up time of year, right? It gets darker by the minute.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
once
well,
it gets dark, that's when those temperatures drop. And I'll tell you something, funny little story. And Breeze, you just got one of these, so I wonder what will happen with yours, right? The recoil buffer in both of my AKs cracked because of the cold.
really?
Yes.
So I figured out what I'm doing next, Mule. I'm buying a Palmetto State AR-10 lower, and I'm gonna build out the old. I'm gonna try to build out the old like A2 style.
Ah,
20.
cool.
Right? You want to go with the old rifle? Well, being you're doing a 308, you might as well do it a real rifle, right?
Yeah, go with the 20-inch barrel, full-length buttstock.
Yeah.
Yep, that's gonna be a big motherfucker. Gonna be awesome. But yeah, dude, I'm gonna order up that lower, get me a parts kit, throw it together, and get my 308 on. I thought about it long.
That's what I'm doing I'm doing the same thing for my kid, for my son. I'm going to try, got to save the pennies, get the lower parts kit, put that in, save the
Dude,
pennies, start building the upper.
Check that Palmetto State website, dude. Their holiday special or whatever, their shit is.
Oh, I know, they got good deals. It's just, dude, it is the holidays. Money's going definitely.
You could grab, like, I'm gonna grab I'm the same way. I don't really have shit, so I'm gonna grab the lower for next to nothing, and then as soon as the holidays are over, I'll build it out.
Yeah, I did already grab a lower for next to nothing for my son for his graduation Christmas present. So.
Yeah. Lower and upper, not a problem. You can go anywhere. I think Copes has some of them. There was a lower was like 49, the upper 29, something like that.
Well, it was Ames had it for 39 when
Yeah.
I bought it. And then it was like, I forget what it was in shipping, but the total came out to 60 with my FFL fee.
Wow. Yeah, because you gotta for the lower, you gotta pay the FFL. That's right. Keep forgetting about it.
Yeah, everything else on the firearm is can come straight from wherever I buy it from. So, but I had to go through my guy with it.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt about it.
And I almost the FFL fee was almost double of what I was paying, but technically I was buying the rifle.
Unless you win the Ibomi one, but that's another story, right?
I don't count on winning nothing in this
No,
life.
I'm joking.
No, and if that happens, if I win the lotto, things will be different. But I
Yeah.
don't live my life like that. So
No, you gotta get ready anyway. It's in one extra. If you win, it's one extra eventually.
yeah, and either way, I'm going to be building an AR. I mean,
That's what you were saying in the video, right? You were supposed to build one anyway.
so
No. Yeah, I don't know. I got one, and that's it. I mean, as I was saying in the video, I know more like some other platform oriented. You know what I mean? Kind of want another AK, but
Oh, me too. Oh, and watching all those videos, and I was talking to Reb about this the other day. Watching all those damn videos on how to build an AR. First of all, it's like those model kits when you were a kid.
Dude, well, this
Learn
shit
about
is
it.
awesome. This holiday shit is fucking awesome. My bad. That's awesome.
But putting together an AR is like putting together one of those model kits, when you were a kid, those Revell model kits.
Yep.
And it's also got all those small little tiny parts.
Oh yeah, you got a freaking what do you call it? Roll pins and springs and fucking pins and like.
E10
Dude, that shit is so easy to put together though. The lower is easy. The trigger and hammer and shit gets fucking retarded trying to get the 2 or 3 pins that are in there.
Have you put together an AK trigger?
Those are easy, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Have you, all the things that we talk about on the AR, and one of the reasons why I'm an AK guy, right? If I take apart the bolt of an AR, guess what? It's a pain in the ass. You got that small little fucking cotter pin you're going to have to deal with, then that roller cam you got to deal with, right? Pull apart the bolt of an AK. Okay.
Well, the thing is though, like when you're trained on that, and that's like, dude,
Right.
like
And I understand that. And that's why I'm building it for my son. He's going to
you
go
would
get
you would be
trained on it.
you would be surprised, Mule. I took a couple people out, and I'm not gonna name names, but I took a couple people out that were ex-military and ex-law enforcement or law enforcement, whatever. And we had a Sega out there in 308, and they didn't even know how to get the mag in. They didn't know how the machine operated at all. You know what
I'm
I mean?
just, well,
You'd be surprised, is all I'm saying.
I'm not surprised at all. I'm not surprised. But what I am surprised is that, you need a repair kit to go with your AR wherever it goes.
Yeah. Mostly springs, all the stuff. Okay, really, worst case scenario, the fire
Yeah,
pin.
but I mean, when you maintain the rifle like it's supposed to be maintained, those type of things are like never. You know what I mean? If you maintain the rifle, keep it clean like it's supposed to, that shit is awesome. I would agree with keeping the extra springs and even obviously an extra firing pin. I got an extra firing pin. That does. I mean, yeah, that sucks. I get it, I know what you're saying. But like when you're so used to it, it's just like it is what it is. I got that shit in the cleaning kit. You got your cleaning kit, you got your rifle.
Yeah. Well, it's also a little bit more to clean. The AK to clean is probably way easier than. I mean, no, I'm not saying the AR is
awesome is if somebody made an A2 buttstock for the AR that was like basically fully hollow. So all that extra shit you gotta have for the AR, you could just always have it in the buttstock. You know what I mean? Not just
They pretty much are, dude. The A2 buttstocks pretty much are hollow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's only that little it's only like a little tube where you can put the cleaning kit and shit in.
Right, but that's just because that's all they built into it. You can, you could modify that. It could be modified.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be awesome because you have all that extra shit,
But no, and I'm not, I'm just saying, looking at it as in, I've shot plenty of ARs, but I've never really, had to fuck around with them, clean them. I didn't own one, right? And this is going to be checking it out as I'm looking at it, knowing what's going to be coming and watching all the videos, because there's a million videos. Shit, Stinger's put one together, Ebomi's put together a dozen, Hornet Fixer put together a bunch, Stinkin', a bunch of people I'm friends with and I follow have put together a lot of ARs. So luckily, I have a big pool of knowledge to work from to be able to find out the best route to go for my budget. You know what I mean?
What I would do is, well, my advice is you buy the strip lower all by itself, then you buy the parts kit, then you buy the complete upper. You know what I mean? And if it doesn't come with a BCG, fine, you can pick up the BCG after. But you know what I mean? Everything you could pretty much do with not much tools or anything, except for if you try to put the barrel together yourself, because you know what I mean, it needs to be torqued and all that dumb shit. But if you just ordered a complete upper in the mail with BCG without regardless, and then you just buy the strip lower and then the lower parts kit, bam, it's like that easy. It's 3 purchases. It's 2 small purchases and 1 big purchase.
Yes. And then it's the never-ending purchases of magazines and ammo and
Yeah, but just to get started,
lubrication and cleaning. Yeah, I plan on, and that's why I'm more than likely going to put the whole thing together myself, right? I'm not going to go with just buying.
I don't know. In my opinion, I've budgeted out a couple times, man, and I've found that I found better deals for complete uppers, sometimes with the BCG, sometimes without. I found better deals than piecing it out, like just buying the barrel.
Right, but that'll depend upon my budget, right? Like Stinger pointed out many times when he was doing his expensive one, right? It's all about your budget, right? So if I can afford one piece, I can buy one piece.
Yeah.
If I can't afford a whole upper at once, I can't afford to drop $300 or more at once. Then, but I can drop.
Hey, my
drop
buddy paid $250 for his, bro.
right at the right time, right? If you have the money at the right time, you can get a great deal.
Yeah.
I'll look it up
But,
right now.
yeah, but well, Tony, I don't have the money right now, right?
No, I know.
You can look
I
up the prices from 6 months from now and let me know. Then that's awesome. Then because 6 months from now, I'm hoping to be ready to finish it up.
They got yeah. I understand what you're saying. They got a 16 or a M4 556. It's a little cheaper, but complete upper. It's got a nice little rail on it and everything for $299, and then the lower is like $1, and then parts kit is $75. So you're talking about three. You're talking about what? Under 6. You could build out this.
And being I already have the lower and I can get a cheaper lower parts kit,
Yeah, everywhere. You got to look around.
get it cheaper. Right.
They even sell blemished rifles, like little.
I know, but it's all going to depend upon what. Okay, Tony, remember what happened in what was it, 2012, right? So remember, we made it through Christmas, right? And then we're right around Christmas, and what happened?
Yeah.
No, I'm agreeing with you, Mule. I'm just letting people know, like, damn, how cheap is it to build a fucking?
Oh yeah, now's the time to buy or build a gun, no matter what. The prices are always going to get. I mean, right now, if you got money, go buy those Wassers that just came back from Iraq.
Dude, check this out. Palmetto State has an AR-15 Days of Christmas, and they have a complete rifle kit for $419. Everything upper.
Wow.
Yeah,
Looks
and
like everything. It might be missing the lower. I can't tell. Let me click the details here.
but right now for $449, right at Atlantic Firearms, they have bring back Wasser 10s from Iraq.
I see that. That's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome.
And they are, and I will almost bet you they are not. They look more worn than they really are.
They didn't even shoot, maybe.
Yeah, there's a damn good possibility they didn't even shoot, because these were just guard stuff for people standing outside of buildings that were Iraqis hired by American contractors.
Wow,
The
I want
American
some
contractors' weapons came in a couple of months ago. Those ARs that they were bringing in, those DPMSs they were selling for like $500.
Dude, they got a complete upper without the BCG for $179.
Well, if you've been at the casinos, telling you know where to send it. Oh, by the way, speaking of sending shit, okay, here's the deal. If you don't think I have your address, I don't have your address. So email me, right, over in Mule Crew or on the Dragon, whatever, but private message me your address, okay? And some of you who think I may have your address, like Tony, I don't, because I don't keep people's addresses. Once I get
my address, man, I told you. What if you would have found yourself lost in Las Vegas? You would have needed my address, man.
Dude, it would have been hard to get a hold of you. I'd have jumped on I jumped on a webcam somewhere. Tony, where are you, baby? Come here, you sexy little bald thing.
Papi.
But yeah, so everybody who's the winners, everybody knows who you guys are winners, right? The intro video today, I let everybody know, and not really winners. I just, these are people that contributed in the Dragon in one form or another over the past year, and I was able to give away some patches. So
Cool.
awesome. And now, like I said, in an hour, I'm going to give away the pistol, the Glock bag. Here it is. All the patches. Everybody's patches. The Glock bag. Right? Pistol bag. From a Glock.
This Desert Tech bullpup in 308 Military Arms is showing that off. That's fucking sexy.
Yeah.
And I have 2 patches left out of the patches.
Yay.
So I'm going to put one of them in with the whoever wins the Glock bag. And then I'm going to give away the last one, and it is a spam can. All right, let me take it out of the pack. It's a 545 spam can.
Gun
So,
weapons, right? Yeah, those are
Patch.
cool. Those are cool. Those are cool.
Velcro backed, right? So it's got the male version of the hook and loop, right? So it's got the hook, you know, and then it's a spam can of the 545.
Cool. Those are nice. Those are pretty cool.
They are cool.
Oh,
Now these are the cloth ones, so these were the first runs. They're not the PVC ones, but still, free fucking patch, very cool. And nobody else has got them unless they're like signed up to G-Webs.
Yeah.
And I know that's kind of what awoken my trolls here the past couple of days.
Yeah.
Yeah, the G-Web haters have come hardcore and started trolling.
I see. You see that speaking of the arcade, you see Cabela start carrying the Century Arm, the C93, whatever you call it. Yeah, C93. Cabela start carrying them.
Well, that's the, first of all, and we can even talk, bring that up. That Pew poll here recently that talks about how people are more interested in gun rights than gun control.
Yeah.
The American people kind of got the Sandy Hook thing turned a corner for a lot of people. It didn't just wake up the gun community, but it waked up the community at large to the fact that the Second Amendment might actually be useful and mean what it says.
Yep. Absolutely. No, like over here, no, you realize when you talk with them, you're like, oh, you're in Illinois, you're in Cook, you can have this, you can have, then you tell them, listen, you're in somewhere where I live, and you tell them what's going on. They're like, really? I can have this and I can have that? I'm like, yeah, because we got, you know what I mean. But then again, oh, what I should do then? Get a FOIL card? Well, I told them, don't only get a FOIL card, man. If you think you got money for, join the NRA or Gun Owner of America, whatever you want to join. Because, that help too. There's other people that somehow they're fighting too, I mean, or get involved in whatever they do, it's tired to involve other person, and since let them talk with some other people. After you go to the range, I don't see there is a bunch of maniacs over there. Try to talk to somebody else that is kind of against, or doesn't have no wrong opinion about guns, and tell them, listen, we don't go around killing people, we do it for fun. It's a hobby, you know what I mean? Like collecting Hot Wheels and cooking, you know what I mean? Same shit. What's the difference?
Well, it does. It's a hobby, but it's also a responsibility that people need to keep in mind when you are. First of all, it's your responsibility even if you're not a firearm owner, right? But it's definitely your responsibility if you are a firearm owner to protect yourself. When you take on the firearm, you are also taking on part of it, protecting yourself. That you can get to that firearm a lot faster than you can get to a cop.
Absolutely, I agree with you.
Oh yeah, we're still, we will be talking about more Black Wolf 357 mag. I did get your address, Tommy boy. Thanks. What's up, SWAT Rat? SWAT Rat. Mule's a rat. Only a fool would give out personal information. Hey, fuck, you don't want it. I don't give a shit. Right?
Yeah, well, did you read
problem there, SWAT Rat? Seems like I'm gonna have to go. I might have to go ban your ass.
Uh-oh.
I don't put up with that shit. But to miss the topic, no, we didn't win. We'll be getting back onto it. We just started out kind of slow there.
And like old guys, we tend to wander.
Yeah, and I fuck. Squirrel. Fucking Swamp Rat's a squirrel. Let's see. Mule Christian A, LOL. Yes, you know where you're going. Might as well light yourself on fire and quit reaching Obamacare. Swamp Rat piece together a shitty AK for his son with his government aid. Practically begging for a handout. LOL. Tony, alcohol doesn't warm your body. It actually cools the crew. Or attempt to do some research, brah. Oh, you're the sharpest tool in the fucking shed, ain't you there, Swamp Rat? Now let me go see if you're actually on this thing. So you feel better, Swamp Rat? I shouted you out and reviewed your comment and all that shit. You feel better, you trolling fuck? Well, I'm glad you background checked me and know enough about me. Awesome as fuck. If you know my address, why don't you come on here? Anyway.
Yeah.
You know where I live, you know what? And you can ask people on this fucking chat itself. They know where I live. Been to my house. So you can come on down anytime. And like I said, yeah, Tommy boy, we will get back onto the Agent Provocateur. Black Wolf, I'm just busy going to Bannon.
Ooh. Monday 47-41. Pretty nice. It's gonna rain. That's why probably, but that's why. Speaking of haters, but yeah, if you're looking for the weather, Monday's gonna be. Yeah.
Well, we'll see what happens. Give me a call if you're,
Let me talk with the boss. Let me talk with the boss.
right, and I'll have to talk to my buddy. And
well, like I said, otherwise, as soon as it starts getting warm, you can bet your ass that I'm gonna be here often. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We can, because you never know. We meet somebody else from another friend of us, or they can join us. You know what I mean? Never
well,
know.
like I said, I can go out there every day now.
Yeah, lucky you.
Yeah, I do count myself lucky. I no doubt there.
I can.
Well, let me do some shout outs and then we'll get back to topic.
Sure.
But what were you saying, Breeze? I didn't mean to cut you off, buddy.
No, I was saying I refuse to go to the indoor range nowadays. I refuse to. After you go outside, I feel kind of waste going in indoor range. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't do indoor ranges, but I imagine it would. And I'll tell you, the nice thing is that fucking troll would have pissed me off. But I went shooting yesterday and could have went today. I just didn't feel like it. I was over at my buddy's house. We were doing a little bit of cleanup around the range, getting rid of the the pumpkin carcasses, but because it was nice and warm and they weren't frozen to the ground anymore. So yeah, I just can't get that pissed off about idiots like that.
No, you know what you gotta do, trolls. Trolls are trolls.
Yeah. Anyway, so where was I at? Okay, Mr. Tommy Boy, Mike Newswinder's here. What's up, Mike? Sparks is in the house. What's up, Sparks? Yelled out Joel, William, got rid of the troll, Mr. X-Men Rule, and Mark Timmis Spam. Let's see. And yeah, I'm all caught up. Blah Blah Tuesday's here. Refresh again, double check, and then we'll get back on topic because I was talking about the Agent Provocateurs. And now that Jim's here, we can add another voice to the conversation. Did you, Jim, did you see those articles today about the Agent Provocateurs in Berkeley, Oakland?
Yeah, I've caught some videos on that. It's just the whole situation could have got a little. If it was a state that had concealed carry, that cop might have been shot before he could announce that he was a cop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, hey, what's up, Dozer? Yeah, I haven't given them away yet, so I just saw Doze. Joe's out there, Northwest Indiana Prepper. Dozer's out there. Atomic Bulls. King 9 will not return is out there, so by refreshing it, I did catch a few more people. So what's up, guys? And yeah, I haven't given away the patch yet. I'm going to give it away 11 o'clock our time, Doze. So I'll figure out what to do to give away the patch and the Glock bag. Well, we'll discuss it probably that half hour before. Figure it out. Right here out in the open with the transparency. Anywho, so yeah, what was your... Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Jim. That was my bad. What were your thoughts on that?
Well, the situation could have been a little different if it was a concealed carry state, and where the protesters are seeing this guy beating on windows and saying, "Let's break shit," and then they unmask him and he pulls out a gun, and somebody else might have had a gun too, and who knows how that would have turned out if it was a concealed carry state.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. Look at the fear on that cop's face when they outed him.
Yeah, the protesters weren't armed. I don't believe they were, unless they had cardboard signs and sticks or something.
Well, it doesn't take much to be armed, but you see, imagine, like you said, imagine that would have happened in Missouri and everybody at the Ferguson protest were carrying arms.
Oh, wow, yeah.
I mean, I imagine a biker gang just would have just wailed on the fucker and said, "I didn't hear the word cop."
Did it according to everything? He didn't announce himself till he had already drawn his weapon. Everybody else called him out. He never said he was a cop. They
Huh?
called him a cop.
Those fucking snitchy, narky motherfuckers, they gotta get what they got coming. They gotta be paranoid, you know?
Well, you know what's kind of funny is these quote-unquote progressive, right? Because I watch the Young Turks, right? Because I like to hear all sides of all information as much as I can get, right? And I make up my own decisions. But it's funny because I'm watching the Young Turks the other day, and they have a guy on there that sounded like me, right? Talking about how the only way, because he was comparing the Bundy protest to what's been going on all over the country, and he's saying the same shit I've said, right? Where the only reason why nobody shot at anybody else or beat on anybody else or threw tear gas at people at the Bundy Ranch was because everybody was armed.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And even the progressives are starting to see it and agree. So, and I think that's why you see in this country now, for the short term, we think that that gun rights are a better idea, right, for the past couple of years.
We talk about agent provocateurs even in an armed situation. Wasn't that one sheriff that we talked about there last week who was trying to be some type of fucking insider, or claimed he was, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
You know, that right there shows that you can have it for armed dispute.
Oh, yeah. And, you know, I think, well, there were a lot of people, I don't know. I didn't go out there, and Tony could probably talk more about it if he was actually, oh, he is here now. Tony could talk more about it, right? There were people out there that were kind of fucking crazy, that if cooler heads didn't show up out there armed as well, the nut jobs might have taken over the asylum.
Well, there's way less like crazy people than people think. I think that a lot of people probably talk a lot of shit on the computer, and maybe it leads people to think there's a lot more crazier people than there are. But there was only a couple people asked to leave. You know what I mean? Who were like obviously shouldn't have been there. You know what I mean?
Right, but that's the thing is the couple of people, you know, and believe me, agent provocateurs look like they belong there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of just, to me, I'm just kind of pissed at the whole thing all the way around. Like, if people were like, why are they protesting? You're protesting. You're gonna go to jail. You're gonna get tased, maced, stun grenade,
Yep.
beat
And
down in the eyeball. You're gonna get an agent provocateur. If you just avoid all that shit in the first place, you know what? It's crazy. Like, liberals are fucking.
Dude, it ain't just liberals, okay? That's
Hold
the
on,
thing.
I know. Hold on, I'm not done though. I'm not done. Liberals are fucking stupid. Like, just stupid people walking into a brick wall and keep walking into it and keep walking into it. Fucking conservatives or right-wing people or the other half, whatever people want to call it, are just lazy. Like, they see the end side goal, or they know the end goal. They see it, but what makes them any better than the dumbass liberals who are walking into a fucking brick wall, which is protesting, getting stun grenade and fucking sent to jail and agent provocateurs, is the right-wing people, the other half of the country that's just sitting back and they see it and they think I'm so much smarter. These liberals are dumb. They're out there protesting. Well, you're just fucking lazy. You know the fucking answer and you're fucking lazy. So how does that make you any better than the fucking liberal retards? You know what I mean? It's just it's crazy.
Protesting isn't retarded, nor is it just a liberal thing, right?
At this point, it is, Mule. I would agree with you when. You know, even.
But that's why at this point they're rioting, right? Is what is a riot but the outcries of a fucking people not heard, right?
Well, they ain't doing a good job, man. They're not.
But they're not, and I agree. And the thing that's dangerous is these agent provocateurs, right? Turning situations. I'm not saying they were there in Ferguson because I don't know for sure, but we know they were there in Berkeley and they tried to start shit up. So if they had succeeded, right, then the cops would have stormed down. There would have been a bunch of people going to jail, thumped heads, all that shit.
And that's why I think it was probably agent provocateurs who set the fires and all that shit, like we talked about a whole bunch of times already in Ferguson. Because these fucking liberal fucks, these people who are out there protesting, they might be smashing windows and shit and just being out there protesting, but I don't see them fucking, you know what I mean, like, let's go fucking, you know, go out of our way and figure out how we're going to burn down this building, go burn down that building. It don't even make sense for either side, left wing, right wing, for the places that were burned down. And social media is so fast that I think anybody who even thought dumb ideas about, let me burn down my own neighborhood, quickly was probably put in check like, yo, they're going to say we're burning down our own neighborhood. You know what I mean? I could just see that the police, the agent provocateurs, are the ones that's doing that shit. Everybody's not going to do nothing.
Well, a lot of people don't understand that there's this long-term urban renewal plan for Ferguson, but that's besides the point. And, you know, my personal opinion is if you're going to go burning shit down, go burn down the corporations. Go burn down the Walmarts, the ones that are corporate-owned, not privately owned. Right? And that's my opinion.
Police stations.
And I'm all hip to burn the whole thing down, so let's never forget that.
You take over government buildings. I heard somebody say it recently. I think it was Dabu. He was like, y'all motherfuckers need to start taking over government buildings. I mean, that's my train of thought, too. I think, okay, if you're going to be out there marching in the streets, all that kind of shit, dude, we're 2014. That shit made sense in the 90s and everywhere before, but it doesn't make sense technologically where we are now. It doesn't make sense to be protesting in the streets. The cops.
That's not true, dude. You look at what happened when they shut down New York. They shut down the bridges to New York. They got, by protesting and taking to the streets, right? They got shit. Right? They shut down.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, though, Mule, that kind of shit is not getting the people behind them. That shit is making people mad because they're stuck in
they need to get mad about something, right? They ain't getting mad about people fucking dying. They ain't getting mad about torturing fucking whoever people want, right? They ain't getting mad about nothing else. If you're blocking their way and they get mad, at least the fuckers feel something.
Mm-hmm.
No, I know, but if you take over government buildings, you're going to have motherfuckers like, whoa, well, what the fuck? Holy shit, taking over. This ain't a foreign army that's taking over these government buildings. This is my own people. Hold the fuck up.
Yeah, and they'll call you a fucking traitor, and they'll act like scared little rabbits, just like they're doing with the fucking all. What is the age?
Yeah, they can be bitches. Right? They can be bitches.
But here's the deal, Tony, right? Why are the cops and the agent provocateurs stirring up shit in Berkeley, in fucking places like Ferguson, trying to start shit up in New York? If anybody caught that film of some dude in a mask, which you're not allowed to wear in New York, right? And they've stopped you for that. But he was able to wear one and go knocking cops in the face to try and start shit.
Okay, right? But this is my question to you, Neil. If all this whole thing is true, okay?
They want to be able to bring that fucking that martial law state.
But if you take over government buildings, doesn't that render like 75% of what the police are armed with to the teeth? Doesn't that render all of that shit just out the window? The LRADs, the fucking the M.
You take over a government building, they'll burn that fucking government building to the ground with you in it, and not give a shit, and build a memorial to the one firefighter who died trying to fucking save your stupid ass.
Well,
right? And they'll build a better fucking government building on top of it that will spy on that whole area.
Hey, I'm trying to be optimistic tonight.
I know, but I'm telling you, that's what they've done in the past. What makes you think they'll do anything?
It just doesn't make sense to me to be out in the streets doing what the fuck people are doing. People are going to jail. They're getting tased. The chick lost her fucking eyeball with a rubber bullet. I mean, that's what's really fucking going on. And
more has to happen, dude. Okay, before we actually took up arms against the British, people had to die. Right? We talk about the Boston Massacre, the original one, right? What happened? There was a protest, and guess what happened? They pissed off the fucking Redcoats. The Redcoats ended up firing, right? The Redcoats were provoked. They got rocks thrown at them and all that shit. They got provoked. They reacted. They fired. They killed people. That got more colonists on their side.
Has anybody in, okay, has England or the United Kingdom or however the fuck you want to say, has the people ever beat the government at all, ever? Have they ever beat the queen, the king and queen, having the king and queen or
Yes.
some, they've always been in control, right?
No, the people have taken over and beaten shit. Yes, not only 1776 here in the United States, because technically the United States we call America but they were all English. They were all English subjects. They were all English citizens.
Plus, you
Right?
also
So they were all part of the government.
Everybody who's I'm saying on the island, let's just call
Yes,
it
they
island.
did it even beforehand, and that's how they got a parliament and a House of Commons and the Magna Carta. Right, the people revolted, and the king abdicated some of his power.
But still at the end of
the position.
the end of the day, they're still royal fucking motherfuckers ruling over the people. Still, right? At the end of the day, with all that, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
and I think that's where we are. That's like exactly where we are. We're answering to these motherfuckers. They're putting rules across the board. They're doing a one size fits all across the board. You know what I mean? These rules are gonna be good for fucking states that don't even fucking it don't matter if 99% of the people in one state voted against X number, subject, whatever. I'm not going to fucking pull up nothing controversial, but everybody in the whole state voted against it. Don't matter. Federal mandate. You know what I mean? I mean, isn't that overall, you still got the federal government, which would have been
that's federal tyranny, yes. That's federal tyranny, yes.
And that's what we're in. That's where we're in. And people...
We've been there since before the fucking dragon opened. You know?
Yeah, it's just crazy because people accept it.
That's why I'm telling you, Tony. People have to go out and protest. People have to start dying in some of these protests for any kind of real revolution to wake up. Right?
Yeah, you are right about that. I didn't really think about that number. Technically, right? Yep.
Well, I'm surprised you didn't think about it being I told you about that shit before you went down to Bundy, because that's what you were doing too, was becoming. You were putting yourself up.
I know. I'm just so upset with seeing what these fucking protesters. And I mean, come on, Berkeley. Like, I mean, regardless if they're a bunch of little rich bitch snobs, whatever. But seriously, you know what I mean?
You know what? Everybody can. Every human being should be able to appreciate injustice, whether it's actually happening to them or not.
Yep.
So people protesting in fucking London over shit that's going on in New York, to me, is okay. And fighting fucking bobbies in London and fucking, getting violent in London over...
I agree with you, Mule, but I'm talking about the response to those protests in Berkeley, more or less.
Well, I'm done reading forums and shit like that. I'm done reading people's comments for the most part, except here on the Dragon. Why? Because they make me feel really sad for the human race constantly. So I stopped reading them. Because there's so many people that in 1 minute they're going to have a "Don't Tread on Me" flag, and the next minute they're going to talk about how the cops should stomp on that dude's head.
Yeah, they don't realize their own hypocrisy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they talk about, police injustice, and yet they're supporting of our government torturing people for information that they can get in many other ways.
You want to know one simple way of taking the government down in one day? Everybody calls in sick.
Yeah.
Well, and here's the thing: you're never going to get everybody to agree on anything. Everybody, right? That's why the last revolution that happened here in the United States and actually worked, right, was always small people. From the original revolution of the original Civil War that became a revolution, right, to the Civil War. Right, it was a large group of people, and it didn't, and the Feds stepped in, right, and then the secret wars that got us a central bank, right, those were small cabals of men. So it doesn't take a lot of people to get an effective revolution out of it. You just need the people on your side.
Yeah, and the hardest part of anything is organizing people.
Yeah. Any Hoodle, surprised G's not in.
All I gotta say is I got some fucking awesome fucking alcohol tonight. Both of these are like Jesus came down and blessed them, both of them. Baby Jesus on Christmas. Oh, I don't have a baby Jesus up there. Never mind.
It's
Yeah,
goofy. And around it.
Say, Mule's got that project coming up, so you can see kind of what he's looking forward to. I don't know if you can see all this shit, but
Hash? Is that hash?
All those little
it's your Revel model kit. You know, it's the trigger group, trigger group, and all these different parts.
Drugs.
I don't know. Tony can look at that. Name that spring. Which spring goes where?
I can see that.
I think I got it figured out pretty much. But got the little two springs that are all the same. Those are what the take down D10 springs, and so the big one, the magazine spring, and then the other two. One of them's the buffer tube spring, and then the little latch or the.
Hey, I was gonna say, did you guys touch on the torture already?
I've watched enough videos to know that while it's going to be fun, an AR is never going to be my firearm.
All I know motorcycle, you can figure it out.
Torture yet? That shit is fucking. That shit is really gay. That shit is like the TSA gets a bus pass now. Like they get that fucking CIA is highly, highly Greek. Okay. And by Greek, that's code word for super gay. I mean, you're putting shit up dudes' asses. I mean, I don't give a fuck. They're fucking putting food up the dudes' asses. What the fuck? And then the domination, the fucking all that shit. I don't give a fuck. Just kill a motherfucker. I can understand that. Just kill a motherfucker. Why fucking do this fucking bullshit?
These are all these guys who can't come out and actually admit that they actually have homosexual tendencies. So they go into these positions so that they can get their jollies off, not only by.
It's like a correction.
They're fucking psycho. Okay, if you enjoy torturing people, you're fucking. You need to be not with other people.
I mean, does it make sense if you're in a time of actual war, like okay, America's on the brink of destruction. We gotta torture this motherfucker because we can't kill him because we need some info. You know, we're on the brink of extinction. Okay, maybe I could understand it. I mean, I don't even know. I'm not an expert. All I know is just torturing a bunch of motherfuckers. You know, the way that they're doing, like, nobody gets the fact. Everybody feels like, yo, we haven't killed enough of them. Nobody understands we went into Iraq and Afghanistan and killed over 1 million people. Over 1 million people we fucking killed. Collateral damage, terrorists, everybody all wrapped up into one. We fucking killed over 1 million people. The United States, bam, those people are gone. What the fuck you mean? 3,000 people died, plus we had 5,000 soldiers die, you know what I mean? Then you got all these soldiers committing suicide. That don't even come close to wiping out a fucking over 1 million fucking brown people. Poor people. Call them whatever the fuck you want.
Well, and here's the thing that people are going to have a hard time grasping their head around. If you go back and you can check it, because we do have the World Wide Web, and people were out there then, right? There were people warning that by torturing people, we're going to create more people that hate people hate the United States all over the world. But this torture report, all it does is give credence to all their fucking issues.
Not only that, though, Mule, when is the last time fucking cunt-ass, pig, dirty, bitch-ass Feinstein ever released anything out of the kindness of her heart? She knew that shit was going on. Well, she had that fucking sinister-ass reason behind that shit.
Well, the only there's an ulterior motive for them releasing it now. Is it to get the eyes off of the Gruber shit with the Obamacare? Who the fuck knows? But there's reasons for the
budget.
Something, yeah, the budget. It very well could be. They need to increase that budget, right, to get more money somewhere. So that could be the very reason why they're releasing this now. But there's a reason. This isn't getting released now. Increased tensions in the world, because look, most of our allies are on these lists of where black sites were. Fucking Ireland was on there, and Canada, and plenty of our allies, right? So if they're getting burned What makes you think that they're gonna fucking still be our buds? You know, Poland's getting fucking roasted out in the international community. Now we may not care, but Poland might.
Why? What are they saying about Poland?
That there were black sites there. The Poles have come out and said, "Yeah,
Dude, I really wanted to stress how gay that shit is. What these
I'll let you do it while I go hit the head.
It's fucking crazy to think that a dude would do that to somebody else. I mean, like, they're giving you a job, I guess. You know, they're saying, hey, we're gonna torture these motherfuckers, and this is how you're gonna do it. Dude, right there you say, hey, I don't want to put fucking food up a dude's butt. I don't want to waterboard him. I don't want to whatever. I mean, I don't understand it, man. And I don't mean it like on a fucking pussy ass way. Like that's how Dick Cheney's trying to make it sound. He's like we had to do this shit. You know, you're a little bitch if you don't think we had to do this shit. And it's all fucking nonsense. It's fucking nonsense how his fucking ass even became vice president. You know what I mean? He's a fucking...
Psychological torture is what they go for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was a fucking syllabus or there's like a fucking manual how to do this shit. And you're talking about dominating, whether it's dominating or the sexual part, regardless, you know, if you're fucking touching somebody's ass, their fucking penis or whatever, that's sexual. That's fucking gay. You know what I mean? And then just dominating another man, period, like I've talked about before. Cops, they're into domination, and these motherfuckers, whether they felt like they were torturing or whatever the fuck sick shit that they came up in their head to justify it, they're dominating another human being. And they even killed some motherfuckers. And then you got the news talking about, you know, they're comparing these people to the Nazis and to Pol Pot, this, that, and the other, and that's absurd. Fuck no. Okay, so you torture the fuck out of somebody. Maybe you didn't kill fucking everybody you tortured the shit out of, but what the fuck makes you better than the Nazis who fucking did foul-ass shit to human beings? That's what everybody was appalled over, what they could do to human beings. You know what I mean? It don't matter if you live in the Middle East or whatever, you know, it don't make... Just because I'm American or whatever, it doesn't make my life fucking more important than somebody across the planet. It doesn't make sense. You know, if I hated a motherfucker, if it was down to that point, I guess we would kill each other or try to kill each other or whatever. I'm not going to fucking, you know, the only thing I think that's acceptable for torture is like rapists and child pedophile type shits. Them kind of shits, yeah, torture's awesome. I agree. And maybe that makes me a hypocrite, but I'm just being honest.
Those people,
well, you're being an honest hypocrite. And you know what? I agree with death for those people, and I'm fine with the death penalty. Right? Hell, I'm even fine with the biblical eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, hand, you know, chop the hand off the thief kind of thing. Right? Even though I've been a thief, even though I deserve to have been killed if I had to live up to that criteria.
This is how I justify it, Mule. To me, this is how you justify it. A torturer can be tortured. That's my opinion.
No.
So
See, I can't morally justify that. Can I justify it if I want to? Sure. But where my morals are, I can't justify it.
No,
I can justify killing them through, you know, everybody agrees that this is a torture, they did evil shit, they deserve to die. Then you hang them, you put them in a firing squad, you know, even chopping their fucking heads off in that religious way, whatever, as long as I can live with that. Right?
Okay,
but torturing him just for that sake, just because he was a torturer and saying this is payback, motherfucker, then that's the exact same mindset, Tony, that our country has over 9/11.
If they raped a chick or fucking or
doesn't matter, just because to me, right? To me, and I'm only saying to me, I'm not saying everybody has to be me, but for me, I don't have to return evil for evil. I can eliminate something and not have to stoop to that level of evil, right? So The same reason why, and that used to be the United States' stance, right? During World War II, the Japanese and the Nazis both tortured American soldiers, right? They committed war crimes against American and well, they committed war crimes against everybody, but we held them to account to an extent for war crimes against American soldiers, and we did not torture the torturers, right? And by doing so, people kind of looked up to us as a country, right? Nobody's looking up to us these days, right? They're starting to look at us like we're the evil empire, right? All across most of the world. Who's involved in most of the violent conflicts across the world that we justify? But obviously, with the release of this torture report, now that it's in everybody's face, we can justify fucking anything.
Yeah.
You know? And that's the problem, right? So if I can justify torturing a pedophile or torturing a rapist, right, instead of just killing them outright because their genes need to be taken out of the pool, you know, I'm stooping myself down to their level, and I don't then have that moral ground, or do I, I think the large part of what's going wrong with America is we've lost our moral center. We don't have a moral way any longer. So being that's gone, then everything becomes acceptable. And once you start dropping those morals, you make excuses, you justify, compromising your morals, then it becomes easier to compromise your morals every other day. And you will compromise more and more morals every other day for whatever reason. And the ones that you compromise at first, they seem the most justified compromising for whatever reason. And we hear the same excuse out of cops that are beating up, oh, I had a bad, love you, baby. Oh, I had a bad day, that gives me an excuse, and I have a bad job, so you have to give me a break on it. No. By taking that authority and being an officer of the peace, supposedly, or a keeper of the laws, whatever the fuck you want to call it, you're supposed to hold yourself to a higher moral standard. But we don't anymore because we don't have a moral standard, because we've compromised those moral standards. And that was why it was so much fun watching the State Department squirm today on C-SPAN, because people know that and realize that. Because once you're compromised, that's it. You're compromised. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Anywho, I'll let somebody
to a
else
certain
talk.
degree, I mean, if you don't taint yourself in that way, then you can never be compromised. If you get what I'm saying. Like you
In
were talking.
a lot of ways, it's like raising kids, right? Your kids, they grow up, every kid's got bad parts to them, right? They're evil, they're mean, they do all kinds of evil shit as children. You raise them up, you teach them to make those moral choices, right? Nobody's born inherently moral. And anybody who tries to tell me that, I'll say bullshit. The only kid I didn't see Jesus growing up, so I don't know about him. But every other kid I've ever seen, you do have to teach them morals. They will cause pain, create havoc, all just for the sheer thrill of it.
Right, but some people are more aware of things to a certain at higher levels and realize, well, if this causes me pain, then it's going to cause somebody else pain.
Right. But what I mean is you have to teach them. You know what I mean? It has to be taught thing.
Yeah, I'd have to go back to the whole, the toddler that bites all the time. They don't realize how much pain they're causing until they end up experiencing it themselves. They either bite the wrong child and they get bit back, or...
Yeah. Anywho, let me do a quick shout out, see what's in the room, because a squirrel ran across my brain.
Huh.
Anybody else watching the chat room? How they doing out there?
I've been jumping back and forth pretty good.
Yeah.
Right, so there are people commenting and whatnot. Gonna review and refresh and head right over and try and see the comments. Find out what everybody else is up to. 10 round, I sent you a link just for S and Gs. I don't know if anybody's getting them. G Mangoes, I sent the link. J Watt, I'll send you a link when all is said and done. Let's see. And spammed. And here we go. J Watt's out there and talking about the enhanced interrogation and torture out of the roots in the Phoenix program. Yeah, the one we heard about. Yeah. Well, actually, yeah, the shit that went on in Vietnam, the CIA has been an evil motherfucking organization since its beginning. And we excuse it all the time. But More Days is back. Joel's out there. Atomic Bulls. Would I torture somebody to save a family member? Yeah, you know what? Yes, I would. I'm not going to lie about that. If you got my kid up and you tell me the only way I'm going to let him out is to torture somebody else, sure. But I know in doing that, not only am I compromised, but I know they're not going to let my fucking family member up.
You know what? And honestly, it'd have to, as sick as it may seem, it'd have to depend on the family member because I mean, we all have those family members that we just.
Right? You're just like, okay, fuck it. I don't even like that person.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's like in the army, technically, you know, and that's what happened. You know, they get somebody and they, you know, got a prisoner.
Well, yeah, and, you know,
you gotta save your life. I'll do it. If I gotta save the life of my, you know.
But it's not, right? So my real position is, even though I don't know, because I've never had to face that judgment, right? Because I didn't have family when I was doing shit that was evil enough for people thinking about that, you know? But
I mean, it's like
it's the Kaiser Soze moment, right?
We all like to think that we'd run into that burning building and save the baby, but you know, when it comes down to it, would we actually do it? You know?
Well, here's the thing: what makes you think that by torturing somebody else, they're going to really let you and your family off the hook? They're just not going to bring somebody else out with their family and say, "Go torture these two, and I'll let you off." No matter how much you're screaming that, "No, that's the deal they gave me," you know. And that's why I'm saying it's like the Kaiser Soze moment, right? Some cartel has all your family, and they're threatening to kill them. Well, what do? You can say fuck it and kill everybody in the room, or you could try and save your family, and you and all your family die. You know, what do? Do you go Kaiser Soze? It's a shit. That's those, you know, those fucking no-win situations. Nobody's gonna win in that.
That's right, and it's all situational. I mean, it's going to come down to what happens at that situation and all those factors that are leading into it.
Mm-hmm. But the reality of it is, you know, I hope I stand on my morals because guess what? You know, here's the thing. I ain't worried about what's going on here. I know when I die, I got to go face. I know in my heart. Now, I could be wrong, and when I die, if I find out I'm wrong, I'll try and come back and tell y'all. But in my heart, right, I believe when I go, I'm going to go face a judgment. And I don't give a fuck what happened down here. I got to answer for everything I've done.
Mm-hmm.
And I've done enough to answer for already that I wouldn't want to add that onto my soul on top of it.
Hey, Breeze.
Yes, sir.
You trying to hit the Walmart and get some ammo and go shooting?
Me?
Yeah, when you come out here. Are you going to be busy?
I don't know. I don't have any plan yet. I mean, I don't have any say in English, any schedule yet.
Oh, I will. You can go to the show.
My wife, she says she can come over too.
I'll take you guys to my spot where I go shooting.
Okay.
We just gotta hit the Walmart and go pick up, you know, some ammo. But
not a problem. Not a problem. We can go buy the ammo. No problem. I don't know. I think what day is gonna be over there? Monday night, evening through Sunday morning.
So what are you doing Saturday morning?
I don't know. I gotta decide. What we like to do is go at least go and see the Elvis Museum.
Yeah, Elvis Rama.
Elvis Rama. She wanna go see Elvis Rama for sure.
I want to go see it again.
If you wanna go see the Elvis Rama list.
Let me know what you're doing. Like Saturday morning would probably be the best.
All right.
Work and because I'm gonna take off one day during the week to hit shot.
Okay.
I'm off at night, obviously, but if you want, we'll go shooting Saturday morning.
All right, we can do that. I mean, we can go. Well, I was saying something else. Let you know with what night I got the YouTube stuff if you want to. I don't know what night it's gonna be, but I'm assuming it's Thursday normally.
I just want to take you to my spot so you can be jealous when you go back home.
Well, I got my friend spot too now. I can go. I'm hosted too. We got a nice spot over here too.
Yeah. No. Hey, when I show you this spot, you're gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
All right.
We'll be out there. We won't be that far from Vegas, but we'll be out there in the middle of the desert, man. 360 degrees, shoot whatever you want, you know.
Cool.
Yeah. Because I don't like to go shooting next to people, so I usually go a little further out, or I go to different spots just to avoid people, because people are fucking unsafe. When there's no rules, people are unsafe as shit.
Yeah, I bet. After that, I gotta scrap my hands very well then. Because if I go to the airport with all the gunpowder, it might stop me.
Well, I went through extra screening because I kept running my mouth, but they did that thing on my hand twice, and I just went shooting I went shooting that day.
Yeah, probably if you got gloves, you know what I mean.
And my gun was in the glove compartment, and I put it in there and I locked it before I walked to the airport.
Wow. Probably yeah, we can do that. We got time for. We can talk about it. The only thing I need is some safety glasses, some gloves, and the airport.
We could do some night shooting, but it won't be as fun, and you won't be able to. I mean, maybe it'll be fun, but you ain't gonna be able to see nothing like how big the area is where I go shooting. You know what I mean?
Okay. Which day you think you're going to the shot?
I don't know. What day should I go?
No idea. I would say normally the first one is always better because there are less people.
The first day is the best?
Yeah. And the last one is the one you might be able to buy something if you need to buy anything, but that's it.
I don't need to buy anything. I want to get 2 tickets so I can have a cameraman this time, and I want to go. I'll probably just take off I don't know, what day are you going to be there heavy? What's the day that you're going to be there most of the day?
Honestly, I got no freaking clue. I'll let you know. I can keep you updated later on. I have no idea because I gotta see. My friend said it's not supposed to be super busy this year as far as work appointment goes. So I don't know.
Well, it's not even a big deal because regardless, just call me and we'll hang out when shot's over at night or whatever if you want.
You got the YouTube night, so if you want to, I'll let you know when they got the Rifle Dynamics open house. If you want to go, you can go together.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah,
hey, before all this shop talk gets out of hand.
Uh-oh.
No, it's getting time to do a giveaway.
Giveaway.
Anybody got any ideas how we should do this? I got 2 things to give away. One, a little patch and all this you'll get in January. Okay, I'm not gonna be able to mail it out before then, so just like everybody else, you get your shit in January. But I have a spam cam patch giving away, and then I have a spam cam patch and the Glock pistol back to give away. So I'm asking Jim, Stad, Tony, Brizio, you guys help. How should we do this?
I guess how old the mule is old. I got mule age. I don't know.
Throw it up in the air. Whoever it hits in the head first wins.
I can see.
Okay, that ain't gonna help. None. It'll hit me, and I already got all this crap.
Wait.
If I wanted to keep it, I would have, right? You know. Instead, I wanted to give some of this out. So, point.
Ask a question, and if you Google that shit, kill yourself. You got to know the question.
Correct. I agree.
You'll probably still win, obviously, but.
Well, I don't know. Let's see. Let's ask Jim what he thinks, and then we'll ask Stan, and then we'll figure it out. We got 10 minutes for it's going to happening?
Sorry.
No, it's funny. We'll just ask them about name all the springs that are found commonly in an AR. It'd be a hell of a list.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I don't think.
Or
we
you
got
can
a-
just say it with AK. I suppose the AK has a hell of a lot less springs than an AR does.
Yeah.
No, you could say how many springs are in a BCG of an AR-15?
Yeah, and that would be the equivalent to how many are in a AK. So.
No. There is. I'm not gonna give the answer, but there's more than one spring in the AR BCG.
Right, and there's more than one spring in an AK.
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh.
You obviously don't know how many.
What's the name of the AK made in Finland?
Well, I don't know. What Stan say? What do you think we should do for the contest giveaway?
Well, it's a good Glock thing, so they gotta have Glock trivia. I don't know.
I guess, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That doesn't sound bad. You know, it is a Glock giveaway, so for the patch, why don't we do a 74 thing?
I was gonna say, if you want to make it a complete democracy thing, just draw names out of a hat. You know, like
I ain't got time to write everybody out of a hat.
or roll a dice and see whoever's on the list, whatever number you roll. That's the.
I don't have the list, dude, of everybody that's on the.
Right.
That's commenting.
A K-74 question, you said?
Yeah, if you got one, write it in the
Right away. Which country, after joining the NATO, was still using the AK-74 bayonet on their new issue rifles?
I don't even know that answer. Do you?
I do. I do.
Good. Write it down. That sounds like a good one.
Well, we got 31 viewers. How many of them out there are really interested in?
So how many
getting in
want
on this?
in? So we can figure this out. How many want in? We're going to be doing 2 questions, right? And we got to figure out a Glock one. What's a good Glock question? Let me go look real quick. I have one that
True or
might.
false? True or false? Glock's jam. True or false?
True. Everything jams.
Hell no.
You get enough shit.
The Glock manuals there. Take a look at the
Fucking
manual.
Glocks have never, ever jammed. The only time that my Glocks ever jam is when.
That's your experience, bro. But you're using the whole planet's experience. So
Yeah.
I guarantee you, a Glock is jammed somewhere.
Okay. Who made Glock? Who originally made the first Glock? God.
Unless God's name was Gaston.
I'm just being Glock biased. I'm fucking with you.
That is some weird history about Jackson Glock and all his involvement with those people in the Netherlands. I can't remember. Did they try to take his life or something? You remember any of that shit? Some weird history related with him?
I don't know much about him.
His wife loved.
Anyway, has anybody even responded to saying that they want in on this thing? 'Cause, I mean, if we don't even know everybody's interested, then it's like.
What do you mean?
Go throw it in a bin at the Salvation Army. Somebody will buy it.
How many animal crackers does Obama eat a day?
I would say, seeing as there's already answers in the chat there, yeah.
He eats a whole
I'd
box.
say people are in. Well, let's go. What are some of the answers? And who's the first one with the answer?
First one I see is Croton Forge.
And he said France. And what was the question that answered France?
My question, probably.
And is it true? Is he right? No.
No.
No, it's not France. So
Easy. It's a country they used to make the 74, and then they
Right.
joined the NATO. And then they joined the NATO, and right, so I want to try to help them.
Okay, here's the big question. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? There you go.
yeah, thanks, Kate.
As much as he could.
About a cord and a half an hour. There's your answer.
No, it's
It
easy.
depends. Is he Canadian or is he from Alabama? What kind of?
All right, Kevin says he's a Beretta guy. Spark says pick a card, any card. How and the fuck do we know? You don't have to worry about Miss Tommy Boy. I got shit for you. You won, buddy.
Supposed to give an hint to somebody?
All right, so you know what? Nobody's going to figure that one out, and I'm pretty sure it's Bulgaria, right?
Nope.
Is it Poland then?
Nope.
No? Really, huh?
Germany.
Germany. Oh, East Germany? But East Germany got absorbed in
No, no, no. The regular Germany. When they put them together on the G36, they were using the 74 bayonets.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Rumor are, but
I thought they just used the G36 until they came out. Well, the G3 until they came out the 36.
yeah.
I didn't know that. But okay, so for the how many springs are in a AK-74 semi-auto? How many springs are in a semi-auto?
One.
Yeah, don't count out loud, Breeze. You already got shit too. So. And that's for the 74 patch. First one to put it up, we'll give that patch away, and then we'll give away the Glock thing.
We are trying to think over here.
Nerds.
Yes.
Nerds.
Gun nerds, the most dangerous kind.
Oh, my wizard is a level 20.
Nerd and proud of it.
Yeah, but if you're an AK guy, 74 or 47, you know, you would know, right? So.
I believe it's 4 or 5. I don't know. Thinking about it.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to think out loud, brother.
Oh, sorry.
For everybody else.
Wait, which version? Wait a minute. It's a folding stock or I go for steel?
No, just standard stock, nothing extra, no extras, just.
All right, never mind. Cancel that then.
All right, so wood stock, nothing folding, nothing extra, just.
Issue.
And you need to be quiet.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I got excited with the game. I don't do pitch often.
Yeah, but you're on the inside.
That's right. Trying to help out.
So let's see. Here we go.
I even tried to Google that question. It's not giving me an answer. They all want to sell me the springs, but they're not going to tell me how many. That Siri thing that comes with those Apple phones, that's just kind of strange. I don't know if anybody's played with that. My boy has that. He cusses at her and says nasty things. I go, knock it off.
Yeah, I've seen some pretty scary things, and they've changed her software a couple of times because I guess people have asked her how to like bury bodies and stuff.
All right, let me go check real quick because I got the answer to the second question, and I already knew the answer to the first. So.
What was the second question?
I'll tell you that after the first one.
Oh.
Find out who got the first, right? So. Let's see here. Newest first. Few comments. Oh, it looks like in the spam I'm seeing Mr. X-Men Rules, and if nobody was before him, stop reviewing. All right, I'm seeing some answers. Guess what? Mr. X-Men Rules is correct. It's 4 springs and the semi-auto AK. Because you can't forget that shepherd's hook is the spring.
Mm-hmm.
So, yep, Mr. X-Men Rules, you want to PM me your shit and I'll send you this patch in January. It's right here in the bag. You the winner on that. Now, for the Glock. For the Glock bag and another patch, right? What year did Glock develop the Glock, and how long did it take? If you're a Glock file, you'll know. And now I'm going to write down Mr. X-Men Rules. Pen. Throw it in the bag and put it in the bag. Mr. X-Men Rules. He was the first one with the right answer. 4. And yeah, Mr. King 9, we were both wrong with the Poland guess. It was Germany. Anyway, so now you guys know.
So what are the springs now in an AK? Was it either a trigger spring and the recoil spring?
Recoil spring, the hammer spring, trigger spring, and then the shepherd's hook, which is the spring for the semi-auto disconnector that would normally go across that third pin.
Okay, now are there springs in the bolt, so, like an extractor, ejector, or something like that, or?
Nope.
No, that's pretty simple though. That's pretty cool, you know. The springs can be a pain in the ass, yeah.
Yeah, which is why I thought of it, because when we were doing the, when we were talking about the AR, right? That was the first thing that got to me. I was like, holy shit, look at all these fucking springs there's going to be in this thing.
Yeah. Roll pins, spring is more stuff in there than in the hardware department.
Ooh, you're close, Kevin, but wrong. Sorry, buddy. Keep looking. You might
So
find
you get anybody coming into Home Depot asking, well, I need a spring this size. They go, what do you need it for? Well, it's for my AR. Now, they can probably go. I bet they can go in and get one for that work at the AK. Probably not. Maybe not the hammer spring.
I got a guy was asking me for the punch. What you call it? For the roll pin punch, whatever you call them. The punch, the little one for the hammer. You got to use them sometime for disassemble AR. You need 3 different punches, and one for remove the pivot pin. The pivot pins, and then there is one.
Pins.
Yeah, and then you need a little one when you put the dust not the dust cover, the bolt catch group. There's one you need for that one, for the roll pin over there, and there was another one for something else. And then another guy was asking me for metric screws, and he has a pistol grip. Funny enough, it's not a joke, for real. I'm looking at pistol grip. It's like, is that for an AK? I'm like, yeah, that's metric. It's like, it's probably an M6. I'm like, how do you know that? I'm like, I guess I don't know. Because it was trying to put a quarter 20 one, it didn't work out. The quarter 20, the thread is different. The diameter is the same on an M6, but the thread is different, so it wasn't working properly. So, you know, it's then when they come over and they buy a TV display, no, TV, you call it, the stuff you mount the TV mount. Most of the time the screws are missing because they buy them at Walmart. So the best seller is the M6 30 millimeters. That's the same screw they use for all it's a standard size they use for pretty much all the TV mounts.
Right.
So it's easy question.
Ooh, you're real close too, Joe. Super close.
Hey. How many cops does it take to change a light bulb?
3.
No, 10. And they don't even change it. They just beat the shit out of it.
In Italy, now we got 1 all the light bulbs, and 2 turn him. You know what I mean? Spin him around.
Man, have you been paying attention to some of the crap that's, I mean, and this is the funny thing, and we've talked about this for over a year, but this shit's lighting off all over the world. It's not just, now the protests have come to America, right? And this is where I think protests are good in a way, because they're all over the world. I was hearing about protests that were going on in Italy that were getting violent, right? So the whole world's at a simmer.
The people is even worse than here. Here it's not that. I mean, compared.
Hey, I don't know if anybody watches my videos, but I did a video not that long ago about a cop out here, like a 12-year vet getting caught with child porn and all this shit. Anyways, he took a plea deal. I believe it was today. Took a plea deal, got all the charges dropped, but 1 count of possession of child porn, or I don't know. I think it was even less than that. He did a plea deal. He got everything dropped, and the maximum he could serve is 6 years, and that's all gonna be thrown out the window because they're just gonna throw his ass on probation and put him back on the street.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, well, I mean, basically it's a signed done deal. I mean, the motherfucker, dude, he had initially like 10 counts of fucking child porn and then distribution and a bunch of other shit, and he got everything dropped for a plea deal. So he's basically not going to do no jail time or nothing like that because he was a cop. You know what I mean? Yeah, they're going to let him out. They're going to shoot him out the back door, kind of disgraced a little bit, but he's not going to be in jail. He's not going to be in the population and shit to where not only would he get fucked up for being a cop, but he'd be fucked up for what he did, you know?
And does that surprise anybody?
It's just crazy. It's just a local story that's fucked up. And I want to make a video, but it's almost not even worth it.
You know what? it ties into all the rest of it. Because it's not just cops getting off. It's that judge getting off in Florida, right? Fucking DUI. It's fucking on tape. She can't even walk. She's stumbling, slurring her words, begging for mercy, right? And, of course, when it comes to the judge gets off because they can't find the tape, right? Well, it's funny. The second after the judge gets off, here's the tape.
And you can't do double jeopardy, basically.
Well, if they're depends on if they actually went through a trial, but they could always reinstate charges if they decide to drop charges.
Right, and they just don't care, man. What do you think all these acquittals are for? You can watch shit happen right in front of your face, and they're going to get acquitted. What makes you think that they're not even prosecuting a ton of shit? Because why bother?
It's because motherfuckers are not. Nobody's holding nobody accountable, and the fucked up part is like if you're like down to hold people accountable and shit, you're labeled as like a terrorist, extremist, right wing, left wing, whatever the fuck. If you want to hold people accountable and you want to take action, because the only way, think about it, the only way that your parents held you accountable when you were kids is they whooped your ass, right?
Yeah, well, why do you think they tried to eliminate that from parenting?
No, I know, but they
want only the state to be able to use force to get compliance.
Yeah, if you only use if you just use like the basics of basics, you're not gonna get nowhere. You gotta at some point, you know what I mean, put that shit in check, and that's the same thing with the government.
Here, not the right amount of votes, Kevin.
If you think about it, we're not below the government. I mean, we're not below the government. We're above the government. Well, that's how it's supposed to be. So technically, government is supposed to be our kid, or maybe not our kid. I don't know. We're supposed to be the pimp hand.
Yes, but we're not, and we've given that up over the past 100 years to where we no longer are, right? You can stand up to a cop all you want and tell him, I pay your salary, and he's going to whip out that baton, that gun, that taser, that mace, and he's going to fucking spray you and say, I hope you're getting your money's worth.
Dude, he's going to bust your fucking teeth out, and then he's going to get away with it. Because now they've defined assault on a police officer and resisting arrest simply as backing away, simply as pushing their hands away. You know what I mean? They've defined that shit to where if you don't want confrontation with cop and a cop wants confrontation with you, you're basically going to go down with some charges unless you fucking just fall to your knees and start stroking. You know what I mean? And it's just crazy. That's where we're at with society. That's how people are. People are bitches, man. America, I hate it. I don't even thumbs up no Murica, hashtag Murica. Dude, we're not Murica. We're not America. We're not nothing. We're fucking a country full of lazy motherfuckers. You got a whole bunch of people that swear they care, but I mean, there's just so much infighting, so much dividing, so much bullshit, so much fake news, so much propaganda. I mean, it's all by design, and it just sucks that people can see the video like you're talking about, see what's happening, and be like, you know what? Yeah, we're quitting them. And you know what? I'm mad. I'm gonna go stand in front of traffic. You know what I mean? Instead of getting a whole bunch of like-minded people together and going and taking over some type of municipal building or some shit. I don't know.
Kevin Stoll, send me your info. You won, buddy. You got it finally. And there I just posted it after you did, where I got the information. It took 3 months in 1982 for them to come up with the idea, to the design, to submitting it for trials.
Congratulations.
Oh, and I got one more thing, Mule, real quick.
Go ahead, bro. I just want to put that in so everybody can stop.
Okay, I was in California last weekend, and that's when I just seen the Infowars video on that shit about how the Marines were practicing. Well, I was in downtown LA, and I was up in Hollywood, and the fucking Marines were flying by in Ospreys, low, in between skyscrapers and shit. And I was like, what the fuck? And everybody, there's mad people, and I was the only one that was like, what the fuck? Dude, they're flying through there with Ospreys, and it's fucking crazy. And then Vegas, even here, dude, I mean, there's no Marine regiments or anything out here or whatever. They're flying around here in Chinooks, and I seen Hueys. I seen fucking Hueys flying through like this is fucking Vietnam. Dude, they're so busy out here. It's crazy. But I was in Cali last weekend, and I could vouch for that InfoWars shit because I was there, and I couldn't whip out the camera because how it was. I was inside my hotel, and I was trying to get some video or whatever, and it was still daylight out, so I was trying to film out the window, and everything was reflecting off the glass. It was sucked. But
did you get to see Warrior while you were out there?
no, I was out there for my Christmas party. My company's headquartered out there.
Should have snaked over and hung out with Warrior for a minute.
Yeah, it was, dude. It was such a quick trip. It was in and out. I was supposed to be out there for a couple days, but the way money is so fucked up, I had to be in and out. The company paid for most of it, like basically everything.
Cool.
Yeah, so.
So hey, Kev, you're the winner chicken dinner, buddy. You send me the info in a PM, and I will get it out to you in January along with everybody else's shit. And now I can put that aside, write your name down. Send that shit out to you're in Ohio, ain't you, Kev? If I remember correctly from us talking. Send that shit out to Ohio. Okay. Write your name down. Kevin J.
So are they going to have anything at SHOT Show that any of us can afford? Or is it just gonna be so fucking crazy, expensive, crazy,
Yes, they do. I mean, depend. I know they got from top stuff. They know what I mean. They got pistol. They run. They get eye point from eye points to Night Oak. Depend. They go. You know what I mean. They got pistol. They run from $200 up to $5,000 at least.
Well, what I want all three of you to do, right? Tony, you and Kate to do is go check out those new Century Arms, the stamped receivers, and the new milled receivers. Get a good look at those fuckers because they should be out in SHOT Show and they should be looking good.
You see the one was reviewing James Yeager, the company?
Yeah, that's the same, and that's Rob Sky out of AKU Operators Union already did, the ultimate review on that when he drags it behind the truck now. He puts it through the torch chest and that fucker kept running, so yeah.
Yeah, those are nice too. The price doesn't look too bad either, I mean.
It's under $1,000.
Yeah, well, made in America, except for, everything, I think, except for the furniture, they said.
No, well, you can get foreign furniture put on, but supposedly everything's available made in America. And the new Century Arms ones are all made in America, right? Everything in it's supposed to be made.
Correct.
Same with the IOs, right? Now that IOs supposedly up their quality, that would be another one to check out.
Yeah, they're supposed to get a little better, but...
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but there's a little bit of everything, that you can buy, yes or no. If you're a vendor, you can probably buy some stuff the last day, Friday, after 12. You can buy, magazines or, parts. As a visitor or vendor, there is probably a 5% of people with a stand that sell stuff already. There is for example, the main floor, there is one stand that sells caps and patches, you know what I mean, with Velcro, that stuff. So that one, the guy can sell everything. Because technically, you can technically get in trouble if you sell your stuff before the end of the SHOT Show. There is a rule specifically that says, you know what I mean?
Right. But hey, I mean, if you're at SHOT Show and you see something you like, and they more than likely would rather sell it than pack it.
Sure. No, what I'm saying, you gotta go over there and talk with them, and then they write down your name, and Friday afternoonish, you go over there and you pick up whatever you need. That's what I do normally with Strike Industries. When I did something, me and my friend, we cleaned up the booth last year. We bought like $3,000 of item.
Speaking of Strike Industries, how are you liking that rear buffer tube mount?
The stock adapter?
Yeah, the stock adapter.
I don't mind. I think it's pretty cool.
how are you liking the stuff from Strike? Because I mean, some of the stuff. Here's my thing with all the people that make AK forearms is very few of them make it to where you can then co-witness off that front gas tube.
Yeah.
And that is just the way the AK is set up. That's the best place to put an optic, especially a red dot type sight. So when they don't make it, when they don't give it the ability to co-witness, I'm not going to buy their product. And that was the problem with Strike Industries' new forearm, was you're not going to be able to co-witness with it.
Yeah. But you know the buffer tube adapter, the buffer tube per se, and the adapter, they're nice. The pistol grip is pretty good. I love that. The pistol grip is pretty cool. Nice. The same one in the 1911. They make some good product. I don't think somebody was saying too long. I think it's perfect. Works fine. Now I gotta find a stock for, but works fine. They make a rail system. Well, actually, the one they have, it's double. There is two parts. One on the front, like the UTG, pretty much, and then there is another part that goes over the, you know, pretty much all the way on the front. So it makes it look like an AR, you know.
Right.
And then I don't like very much. I'll probably buy only one part of it, the rear part, the classic one that you put also. But
and that's the one I'm talking about, right? The one, that forearm that comes in the two pieces.
Gotcha.
You know, well, four pieces actually, but I thought it was a really good idea, and you know, Troy ended up doing it and making it rounded and smaller and, you know, more ventilated. But the whole thing is co-witnessing. That's why I thought Troy was a good idea with their new gas tube, you know, Picatinny mount, because that's able to co-witness on the mini micro dots. And I like optics, so co-witnessing is a big thing to me because I know electronics can fail, and you still want to be able to use the firearm without having to drop yourself out of whatever you're doing, especially in a stressful situation, which is when shit breaks. It doesn't break on the range most of the time. It breaks when you need it.
Yeah, well, it's like like OCMC bought a pop, and he changed a bunch of parts. He put on I think that it was a Midway Industry rail, and then he put on top of it, he put a micro dot. I don't know what's the brand, and I haven't heard about it.
Right.
Shoot a couple of rounds, dead. Throw it away. But you know, it's a matter of luck sometimes. No, man, Strike is they're making good stuff. I've actually been riding with them. You know, at the CEO invite me to the booth for doing the video and everything. That's actually my potential look up for next year, I guess. But they like my video review and everything. So they got a couple of new products. Apparently, they're gonna make an AK-47 flash hider or compensate or whatever you wanna call it, either one. So
talk to him about it. Tell him that 4-piece Bulgarian. If somebody can make that cheaper, you can get a lot of play on that.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm trying to convince my friend works with a primary weapon. They do export primary weapon in Europe, and I got a couple of products by them. One is on the 47 that you saw, and there is a primary weapon on the 74, but that one is pinned because the thread is different, so they cannot pin it on the rifle.
Right.
But I talked with one of the, I think it's the co-president, I don't know. Anyway, he talked with my boss in Italy. I might be able to get for free one of those. They make I think it's called CQB something 74. It's made for the 74 by primary weapon. The price on internet, I think is 100 and something bucks, 170 I think it is actually. I might be able to get one for a review testing. So that would be cool. So it's supposed to be the state of the art of you know, as far comp goes for the 74.
Well, Kev says he doesn't want it, and Atomic Bulls says I think I missed his. So, being Kevin really doesn't want it this time. Thanks, Kevin. I'll give it to somebody else who can use it. Atomic Bulls, same thing. You let me know, send me a PM, message me, whatever, and in January I'll send it out. I'll even pull that bag out right now and rewrite it from Kevin. Thank you, Kevin. You did win, though. You won, buddy. But there you go. So Atomic Bulls being, you're saying I missed yours, so that means you probably had the right answer too. Probably, maybe even faster. I just didn't see it. So there you go. And yeah, that'd be cool because if you can start repping primary weapons out of Europe, you know, who knows? Maybe you can even get some test weapons to be able, that the company buys you to be able to show these products off.
I talked with one of their guys, the big one of the in charges. Said what they do normally, they send. There is one rifle. It's forensic. They come out with a new rifle. Okay, they keep one, and what they do, they transfer to each FFL. And where is the, you know, if you're a gun channel, you pretty much send it to you.
And
You test it.
Gun. I'll be right back.
And then you send it back to them. But you know, that might be cool too, I guess. Rather keep it, but.
Well, like Hickok 45, he seems like end up buying half the T&E things they give him.
Yeah,
he gets a good price out of them, though.
Yeah, well, I'll do the same, you know, because if you do a gun test, except if you send it to Jaeger, they normally shoot like a 1,000 round. Normally the other guys make 3 magazines, maybe 4.
Yeah, say most of them are just testing it, but Jaeger is like trying to destroy it.
Yeah, 1,000 round, like seriously. But you know what? That's the way they're supposed to do. The company giving a rifle, you know, and those are lucky guys, you know. I don't know. The OS says the Century giving a pop for the training class for, I don't know if it was for free or what, but I guess they're lucky. It's difficult to get stuff from the company, especially if you're a small channel, you know what I mean. It might hook you up once in a while with some free products, but you know, it's always a little bit understandable, you know. It's not, you know, it's money for them too, you know. So. But you gotta try and ask, so it's always.
Hell yeah! All they can say is no, right?
Yeah, I mean, you gotta be polite. I don't like beg. I always tell them, even for a deal, you know what I mean. If you wanna get me for free, okay, can you hook me up with a deal?
Right.
Primary weapon, normally they say, oh yeah, I can give you a dealer price, but dealer price, I mean, it's a little better, but still. But you know, there's always something new at the show approach, you know. Strike Industry, I give you a couple of ideas. I told them, why don't you make something for the pop, you know. There's a bunch of companies making stuff for the pop, but if you got the right idea, you get a bunch of market. Plus, their products are pretty affordable. They're not that expensive.
Right, and that'd be like, you know, I'd love to be able to do test shit for Tapco.
Oh, yeah.
I don't mind. I like cheap shit. I like cheap quality stuff, and you can actually find that.
Yeah, yeah. They did what was Jaeger? They did a video about Tapco.
Yeah.
And keep saying it sucks. They give you a bunch of new product.
Well, right, he did his guys did the Tapco sucks video, and what did Tapco do? Immediately get in contact with them, and Jaeger did a video, right? Tapco responded, you know, and I've always had good experiences with Tapco.
Mm-hmm.
Everything they have is 100% returnable, right? And no questions asked. They don't even give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know, I broke a pistol grip off the AK from over-tightening and then slamming it into something, and it snapped the pistol grip. So I called up Tapco. They didn't even fucking want the old one back. They just sent me the new one.
That's American way. That's the American way. That's how they're supposed to be, you know.
Well, I'm wondering if some of these parts are so cheap to manufacture. It's like, you know, it's all markup. You know.
Well, yeah.
It's easy to give it away.
Yeah. Or even if I told them, you know, even if you got a flash hider that is, what you call it, refurbished, whatever, they got reblemished, whatever. It's a little bit affected. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna paint it anyway. So I'm like, I don't. That's why I told Strike Industry, they give me the stock adapter and the buffer tube for the review for free. But I told them if I don't like it, I'm gonna mention on the video. So I'm like, okay, no problem. All right. So they're cool, you know. Especially if you're talking about building AR, they got a bunch of stuff for a decent price. They sell a bunch of products for the AR. You got a buffer tube, they got spring, all the box with all the springs.
Well, that's the one thing you do got to give to the AR, right? You can just build it piece by piece. You now can do the same thing with the AK, but it's harder, right? But with the AR, you really can put it together like a model, a piece at a time. Not even a model, more like I don't even know, man, how to put, because you can buy it. It can take you a year to put together the gun, but you're still going to be putting together the gun.
Yeah, you can even buy the stuff on Amazon. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it comes straight to the mail.
Yep.
you know, everything after the receiver. So, and I have the receiver now, so.
Good to go, almost. Yeah, no. For a while, I gotta upgrade the one I have, and that's it. I don't think I'm going to buy anything else in the next future. Probably going to take the class, probably the concealed carry class. But
Yeah. Oh, I'd love to be able to do that, man. But I'm waiting for the price to go down a little. It's got to go down. There's a couple of lawsuits about it.
really?
Yeah, and every other state's done the same thing. Real high to start and then worked its way down.
Okay.
You know, so I'm hoping the same thing will happen here, but we know how corrupt Illinois is, so.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah.
You know, it's a good idea. You never know, since, you know, it's might as well get one. You never know.
Oh, yeah. Well, if it was cheap enough, it wouldn't have been a problem, but, you know, it's not, so.
No, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. $500, right? Pretty much at the end.
Yeah. Well,
Great.
500 or more.
Yeah, it's crazy. Because, you know, and then you gotta buy a gun, you know, you gotta buy the right holster. You gotta, you know, you gotta buy a good holster too, you know, decent holster.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And hopefully you have to, you know, if you don't live in a rural area, you're going to have to pay for range time because you need to go out and practice.
oh
If you're
yeah,
going to carry a gun, you better carry it well.
oh yeah, yeah. You gotta be sure what you're doing. You gotta become an extension of your arm, pretty much. So, at least, like I always said, I'd rather to go range and shoot. See, the problem, you gotta pay the ranger fee and everything. I'd rather to shoot 50 rounds every week than 200 every 3 months. You know what I mean? But let's see. I know we're talking to my wife.
Well, it all depends, right? And that's really just range availability these days. Because even being able to get to an indoor range and throw down 50 a week is better than not, you know. Uh-oh, we lost Stan. We're losing people. Jim's, they're bailing. Jim's about to go. He's looking at his watch going, is it time?
Yeah, I got a half hour. Any of you guys running a Krinkhoff break on your pistols?
Krinkhoff break?
Yeah, the
I'm
crank
running
break.
the original, yeah. I'm not running the Bulgarian. I'm running the bulbous thing.
Uh-huh.
And it's more of a, it more enhances the pressure than it doesn't do any flash suppression. You've seen
Yeah.
the
Yeah. Which one you got? This the one cut with the rifle you bought aftermarket?
Yeah, I got the one that normally would come with the rifle, but I bought it.
Okay.
But I got a good deal for it because it was under $20 when I bought it, and it came with the detent pin.
Gotcha.
At the same time as I bought the pistol, so it was like kind of a package-ish deal.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's not intended to really reduce the flash. It's supposed to send all the blast down range, so it's not going sideways right in your face if you're shooting a pistol.
Well,
that's real fucking close, kind of thing.
And it also is to help increase the pressure on the piston.
Yeah,
right?
if you got a short cycling, if everything's shorter, yeah. Okay, that's the same idea. You don't see a whole lot of them for ARs, but there's some out there, and you think all these people selling the complete uppers with short barrels would be offering more of that type of break, but
well, it's funny that you say that because what they've gone to is they've totally skipped over that type of break for the AR and ended up going with the Bulgarian version, that 4-piece cone, because it really does hide the flash.
Gotcha. Because I was thinking the Manticore one supposed to be pretty good. The Manticore.
The only one I've actually seen high flash is that 4-piece Bulgarian.
Okay.
Everyone else, yes, they may decrease, increase, redirect, whatever, but they don't hide it, right? And the only one I've seen in all the videos I've seen posted on the YouTube has been that 4-piece that Bulgarian 4-piece Krinkhoff break, well, Suchka break, whatever, and the one that they now make for the 7.62 by 39. Because that break's originally made for the 74, the 5.45 round.
Gotcha.
Because overseas, all those SBRs, all those short barrel rifles, are all in 74. Very few of them are in, AK rounds.
If you were looking at what was that on Amazon, there was a couple of them made by CNN, no CNC Warrior.
Yeah, and they run about $80.
No, one was 47. One was like a 74 one.
Yeah, but that's different ones, not the cone break. The cone break is one of the more expensive ones.
No, that one looks like a 74 one, but longer. And another one was like, if you were looking sideways, was a 74. like on the side, but on the front was different.
Remember when we were out at the farm, not at J-Rod's last time, but out at the farm?
Uh-huh.
The brake on my rifle at that time was a CNC Warrior original RPK brake.
Okay.
And that one works really well. You don't see any flash out of an AK on that with that brake. And I got that from CNC Warrior, and they run specials every once in a while. I caught them on a special, and it was $13. So
Gotcha.
actually, Rev caught it at the same time. Well, I caught it and gave it told Rev. We both jumped on that fucker because it was nice and cheap.
But see, that's the advantage I'd see with you doing the pistol thing. I mean, you got friendly standing right next to you, and you're hammering the fuck out of them with all this blast going sideways, and then you're like right up in it, and it's hitting you in the face kind of shit. So you definitely want to send all that down range. But then the extra pressure would work good for like in the 300 blackout. I was thinking if you're going to try to run the low power kind of quiet ammo, then you're going to need all the pressure you can get.
Yeah, to cycle the weapon, that's for sure. And then, I mean, well, you've seen at least the videos both me and Breeze has posted, right? And anybody who has a PAP will tell you, if you have that brake on it, it actually works well from a shooter's point of view because the flash is basically below your line of sight, right, even when you're up on the gun, right? And it's projected far enough ahead that you're not really feeling the concussion of it at all. As the shooter, I don't know about the sides. No, you know what? Standing next to when Fabrizio's wife was shooting, yeah, I didn't really feel much. I don't know. What about you, Breeze? You stood next to other people while they're shooting the PAP. What did you think?
I don't feel there was a big concussion. I mean, it's impressive. The flame is probably not noticeable. But remember that I think I shoot it. Did I shoot it once without the flashlight when I was over there?
Yeah.
The first time, yeah, you can. Well, first of all, there's a huge difference as far as shooting goes, because it's like shooting without, like riding a bicycle with one hand or two hands, pretty much. That's the difference so far from my point of view. As far and then the flame, of course, but as far as concussion, whatever it was, I can't really tell. I don't think it was a big deal because we were shooting all together once or two, so we're all of us close, but.
Yeah, I didn't think so either. And I'll tell you, when I first got the 74 brake and put it on the washer, you noticed that standing to the side. You felt that. If you stand to the side of somebody running a 74 brake, you notice it.
Yep.
It's really good for the shooter, but anybody in the vicinity, yeah, you notice it.
Yep.
And I don't get the same thing out of the PAP.
We gotta do a test. Maybe pull two balloons or maybe 2 glasses full of water in each side of the flash either and shoot maybe and see what's happened. It would be an interesting test.
That'd be a good spring. I got a few things in mind. Might try in the spring and summer when it gets nicer out. Got a few things for the winter too. If I ever decide to bring a camera with me when I go shooting anymore.
Yeah, even that one can be an idea. Just see if glass or something that you're gonna see the difference when you shoot some glass or some kind of thing. That even a piece of paper. I guess if you put like a little, it's white. I don't know if you're gonna see it. Something is visible and light that's gonna move. Maybe a little flag or something like that. If you shoot in the hair, the concussion is gonna make it move. Maybe.
Right.
Piece of paper, it's notebook paper if you can position it so it'll tear holes in it, I'm sure, if it's hitting it.
Yeah, because I remember they doing with the piece of paper was the one with the revolver. They were shooting with a 357 and put a piece of paper close to the drum.
Yeah, close to the chamber.
Yeah, that's a good point to do shooters with revolvers to keep your fingers away from the front of the cylinder, especially if it's a big revolver.
Yeah, might be surprising, but no, okay, that will be interesting to see. I mean, because I like the CNC, the one I got on the PAP, as far as it is right now with the. Right,
you got the same thing as I do, right? But yours is the CNC Warrior version, or what do you have on the PAP?
The CNC, my one is CNC.
Right.
What I'm saying is with the stock with the arm brace and with the Topco grips, it's I don't like the way it looks actually. You know what I mean?
I do.
Looks better probably with the wood stuff or like an old school set, but that one as it is, it might require a different flash hider. That's why I was thinking that to buy the Manticore. I think it's $50, maybe something like that.
Yeah, it's not that. I mean, they're not that bad because the Paps have that different diameter, right? It's running a 26 instead of a 24.
Yeah.
So.
Like I said, I gotta fix all my other stuff first. So it's like now on the 74, the one I changed the furniture, the black furniture and everything, and I put the Strike Industries stock adapter with everything. On that one, I gotta find. I was thinking to change the flash hider. That's why I asked Primary Weapon to test that one and see how it goes. Because the one standard that comes with the 74 works fine. Worked fine. I don't know if it's the caliber or what. You know, you shoot it too. The 74 is like recoilless. I'm like, damn, it's like shooting at nothing.
Yeah, well, it's like shooting an AR. You know?
Even less than AR, probably.
Well, I don't know. I'd like to one day be able to shoot 5.5. You know, all the AKs variants. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Like I said, let's see how it works with the. Everyone did a good review about this device made by them, and then there is another one that I think Rob Sky did a review. I think it was like 170. I don't remember the Manticore. No, is that a Manticore? The other one? I don't remember. Anyway, all of them are really pricey. Sometimes I'm amazed. It's a little piece of metal, and you know, I'm like, holy crap, like $150. I'm like, wow.
But, yeah, they all get a little nuts in that shit. That's why. Yeah, that's why there's plenty of times I'll buy shit from China.
Yep.
If it's the same thing. Well, like my AFGs, right? Everybody will laugh at me, but they're airsoft AFGs, right? But they work just as well as any fucking one you bought from Magpul or Fab Defense or whoever, right? For a quarter of the price.
Yep.
You know, I'll fucking use it, right? Why? Because it is just a little piece of plastic. You know?
Well, it's like the UTG rail. Works fine on my case. Nothing to complain about it.
Yeah, and with a little chop and adapt, you can throw a Ultimac on there pretty, you know, didn't take me long.
Oh yeah, because you did that. Yeah, on yours on GK.
And I plan on doing the same thing on the PAP when I eventually get a Ultimac on that.
Yeah, I need a little bit more work.
But right now, I'm not worried about it because I have a quick detach mount on my red dot.
Okay.
So,
yeah, I was thinking to buy the Manticore kit. The Endguard kit. That's pretty. I like it. The way it looks like is very.
I like the way. Who did that? Shoot and Scoot, I think.
Yep.
He did that on his, and man, it looked awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But I wish they'd do one again where anything that does a Picatinny mount can co-witness, right?
Mm-hmm.
If they can do that, if they can make an attachment for the gas tube for that, then I'm all in. I'm good with it. Sounds good. The prices are right. The lower handguard's only $50.
Yep. She was looking the other day. It was like for Black Friday. Actually, it was probably supposed to be the best time for getting because they got great deals.
I remember something, man. The economy isn't doing so well that there aren't going to be additional sales right after Christmas because they didn't sell enough during the Christmas season.
Oh, I bet. You know, I'm agree with you. Everywhere.
And the gun market's oversaturated right now, so that's why you're seeing prices coming down rather than going up. Right? Why can you find an under $500 AR when just a year ago they were going for, even the cheap ones were going for $7?
Yeah, even ammo. If you go Cabello anywhere, compared to 2 years ago, the prices are dropping. I mean,
yeah,
9mm for brass for $10, 12.
Right now, right? It's the time to buy if you got the money on whatever it is.
Yeah, I know. If you got the money. So.
Yeah.
Well, you got plenty. I can't complain. So you gotta focus on fixing.
Like Stan said earlier, if you got plenty, buy more ammo.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, especially for the 74 ones. That's my concern. I'm always worried because it's not super easy to find.
Well, you got to buy online because that's the only way you're going to get the best price for it right now, right? Because now that the spam cans are gone and everybody knows no more is coming in, you're paying the same per price bullet as a 7.62 by 39.
Yeah, there's a guy who has a bunch of stuff. A friend of mine, he sold a rifle. He had a bunch of ammo left. I think he has 2 spam cans and some ammo loose. He was asking for a spam can, $200 before shipping. So I don't know, with the shipping probably another $20. So the price is the same one at the store. I told him, listen, that's the same price I'm paying if I buy on the store.
Yeah, and for that price, you know what? You're better buying new commercial. It's not corrosive. The bullet's pretty much the same, you know? So you're better off just buying commercial. And commercial's out there. You just need to know where to look. Right now, you have to buy online mainly.
Yeah.
But if you're willing to buy online and in bulk, you find it for the same bullet price as 7.62.
Yep. Normally, I think the last time I ordered was 500? No, wait, 7. I don't remember. Anyway, it was like one. Shit, I don't even. Anyway, I think it was Wolf stuff. 500 around for 199.
Well, I was when I was looking to pick up my spam can, right? I was looking at ammo prices, and I go checking all the, you know, all the places, AmmoBot, Wiki Arms or Wiki Ammo, whatever it's called. You know, all the different places that give you, you know, price per round check on a few stores.
Yep.
And just out of curiosity, I went to check, you know, what the difference was, because I had always been debating between the 47 and the 74.
Yep.
And right now, the advantage is only, it's really only in what you like, because the bullet advantage is gone.
Gotcha.
You know, they're the same price now. But you can get it, and you can get some decent ammo. Wolf ammo, you know, fucking Tool is putting out some. Red Star, right, Red Army, whatever, is doing some. So you know pretty soon SMB is going to do some. You know, other companies are going to start picking it up.
Yeah.
So,
you got Bear and whatever. I'm surprised the Yugoslavian.
Right, the Bear stuff.
Yeah. I'm surprised the Yugo don't make any ammo for that. You know, because it's a rifle. Before the ban, the ammo ban, it was, I mean, it was selling pretty well. I mean, they sold a bunch of them. As a matter of fact, that there is a store in Georgia. I think, what's his name? Shooting, whatever. Anyway, they got a couple of maybe 10 Bulgarian 74. They were selling them for $469.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, that was the thing that I had seen really reasonably priced 74s for a while. You know, and the only thing was you had to keep the thing clean, because what was the ammo that was available and cheap was the corrosive stuff. You know? But the 74, I mean, it's a great round. And if the ammo was more readily available like the 7.62 is, and I would be all in. But even with it being the current rifle of a lot of post-Wasser-Pack countries, it's still not as prevalent as the 47, and the ammo isn't made all over the world like the 47 is.
Yeah.
You know, if we didn't have all these import bans and tariffs, we'd be getting global. I mean, it would be 5 cents a round no matter what, pretty much.
Yeah.
You know, because if we could get that cheetah shit from Africa, and then there's like 10 companies down South America that make fucking AK ammo. You know, everywhere there's an AK, there's somebody making AK ammo.
Yeah. Because it's like I said, I'm kind of, I hate to say that, but I tend to almost prefer that one to the 47. Two different things. You can't really compare them. You know, honestly, it's two different things. Like equal and, you know what I mean? Different calibers.
Yeah, but that's where the beauty of the AK ergonomics come in, or whatever. If you're trained on AK, it's so simple to pick up either one.
Yeah.
The 74 is a nicer shooter, right? And it's easier to keep on target, and you know, there's a lot of pluses to it. It reaches out further. It has that bullet that when you get the surplus stuff, that 7.6, man, that thing yaws so badly that it's, I mean, they used to call it the poison bullet. So I can understand why people like the 74 more, but 47's more prevalent worldwide. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. No. What I'm, yeah. Be cool if they make an adapter for the 74 for shoot the 223 or something like that. So you can use the. That will be weird, but
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, they're making AKs in 5.56. You
yeah,
know,
that's kind of heresy. But you know what I mean? That's
but in America, it's a good idea, right? I mean,
yeah, absolutely,
I
but
was so close to buying that M85 PAP, but with the magazine adapter already in it, just to be able to have a gun that shoots 223. You know,
hmm
I was really close to that. And if it wasn't for the fact that I already had I already had the Wasser and the magazines and all the ammo, it just turned out to be a smarter move. I would have done it. You know, because it just makes the most sense living in America where the 223 is king.
yeah,
In America and Canada, 5.56 223 is king. That's the one that the police have. That's the one the military has.
yeah. Well, you know, it's uh, it's an interesting platform. It's lightweight. It's like I said, it's accurate and everything. But the problem is the price. You know what I mean? But the price of the ammo, that's kind of not even the price. You know what I mean? They have, you know.
Availability, yeah. I know.
Yeah.
You wish you could go to Walmart and get 74 ammo off the shelf like you can AK ammo.
Oh yeah, I buy probably every single day, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
That's an way better. I don't know. And enjoy a lot shooting it.
I enjoy them both, and the 74. The reason why I'm not like jumping right on it because I like it too much. It's too easy to shoot.
Yeah,
You know, there really is no recoil to that rifle. You know what I mean?
yeah. No, absolutely. But it's two different. Plus, I
Especially
guess.
with the
Yeah,
rifle dynamics one. I mean, that one's smooth like butter.
yeah. The same platform so far, but it's two different concept. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Yeah. Like I said, never know. Maybe a company's gonna make more ammo. Magazine, yeah, you can find them. It's a little harder too.
Well, again, you know what? Look, we get magazines for the 47 from all over the world. Prices vary at times, but they're all pretty reasonable. You know,
Yeah,
I mean, worst case scenario at the height of the fucking Sandy Hook bullshit, right? A regular waffle Tapco mag was going for like $11.
yeah,
You know, so you're still going to be able to get shit for it. Whereas a 4074 mag, right? Those things were like gold.
yeah. Yeah, I know, no. The one I'm using, I got some Bakelite and I got some Tapco and ProMag. The Tapco one, I got two of them. They work fine. ProMag, meh. And, you know, the Bakelite, of course, they works fine. And Bulgarian, I got some Bulgarian too. Triple tenders work. Of course, they work fine, but those are, I keep them in the vault.
Out of my whole mag collection, I've only had one mag go that's bad, and it was bad from the beginning, and it was the original Romanian mag sent with the washer.
Okay. No, I got one Chinese that was all a little bit bent, and then what's the other one? And one of those Bulgarian cheaper ones. That's it.
No, even the Bulgarian cheaper one works fine.
Hmm.
And on the, I was able to fix the one on the Romanian because it was just bad finishing on the follower. You know,
Gotcha. Hmm.
it was snagging up as it was riding up the curve. You know, on the front of the follower, and then it would cause everything to dive. So,
All right, gentlemen. I think I'm going to bed. I gotta wake up early tomorrow.
yeah, I think I'm going to end this tonight. So, Bulls, get me your info. You won. S&G Ammo, shipping, no sales tax, 2-door, 2 and 3 days. Yeah, they got good prices too, S&G Ammo.
Hmm.
So, Night Kev, Let me refresh this real quick. Say goodnight to everybody. Good night, Breeze.
Have a good night, guys.
Good night, Breeze.
Good night, everyone.
I'm
Take
going to
care.
do a final shout out. And Jim's got Coast to Coast coming up, so most of the
We
regulars
want to
on me.
thank G-Webs for hooking us up with all that cool stuff.
Heck yeah, man. It was fun to hand it out, and you know most of it's going to be just in envelopes, so it's not really like a big deal. But so you guys, I'll be shipping that out in January for you. What's up, Senator Republic? Senator Republic was out there. Constitution is the only permit you need. Period. Yeah, I agree with you. If you don't want to be in bumping heads with the law. Sparks, later. Have a good one, buddy. Tommy boy, have a good night, bud. Like I said, that shit will be out in January. Night, Joel. Night, Atomic Bulls. You're welcome. Kev, good man. Night, buddy. Croatian Forge, good night. P. NASCARs, good night. Northwest Indiana Prepper, have a good one, Joe. I'll talk to you later on in the week, I'm sure. King 9, have a good night, buddy. More days, you too. Yeah, our fucking government is a spoiled kids, that's for sure. All right, guys, so I'm down to the contest. More days and everybody else. And you guys all have a good night. We'll talk to you next time somebody does a chat.
Have a good Friday. Or getting Friday.
Right? All right, gents. Talk to you later. See you, Jim.
Night-night.